From the home of the Golden Eagles at GlenOak High School, welcome to Big Time Sports and Federal League Football. Tonight, the undefeated Lake Blue Streaks are in Plain Township to battle the 1-3 GlenOak Golden Eagles. Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Dunn, along with my broadcast partner tonight, Troy Richardson, as we welcome everyone to the Fur Bay Electric pregame show. And Troy, we're just moments away from kickoff, at least on paper. I'll let you describe what you're going to think you see tonight. At least on paper, Lake has got to be the big favorite tonight.
Yeah, on paper, but you know, that's why they play the game. That's why it's high school football. But a lot of energy here tonight. It's alumni night here for the GlenOak Golden Eagles. A lot of people coming back from across the country to support GlenOak, and I'm sure that gives them a little bit of extra energy going into it.
Let's take a look at tonight's head coaches. Veteran Lake head coach Dan DeGeorge has his Blue Streaks off to a 4-0 start behind a big offensive line and a physical, hard-hitting defense. Last week, Troy, they handed Perry their first loss of the season, 31-15.
Yeah, and that was a game that, you know, Perry was in control a lot of the first half, but Lake kind of wore him down. And that's the one thing I like with Coach DeGeorge is he doesn't have as many two-way players as he's had in the past. So a lot of guys gone one way, get to focus on one side of the football, creates a little bit more depth, and I look for Lake to try to use that depth tonight against GlenOak.
The Blue Streaks have lost Ty DeGeorge for the season, but they welcomed back Davis Matson last week, a big running back at 205 pounds, and he should be a big cog tonight in that Blue Streak offense. Meanwhile, GlenOak head coach Scott Garcia and the Golden Eagles have played one of the toughest schedules in Northeast Ohio. The Golden Eagles have already played Massillon and McKinley, and tonight they get unbeaten Lake. Let's check tonight's keys to the game, Troy, brought to you by Daystar Auto Group.
Why don't you take a look here at our Daystar Auto Group keys to the game. For its Lake, you want to get out, score early, and defend. You want to play from the lead. Make one GlenOak question themselves coming in with a 1-3 mark. Make them play from behind. For the GlenOak Golden Eagles and Coach Scott Garcia, you got to play mistake-free football. You're 1-3. You cannot afford to put yourself behind the sticks. You can't afford silly penalties, and you definitely cannot turn the football over.
It's the Big Time Sports Game of the Week. It's Lake at GlenOak. It's Federal League football right here on Big Time Sports.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Fur Bay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Fur Bay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Since 1988, Wood Electric has been your hometown electrical contractor of choice, trusted for top-quality commercial, industrial, and residential electrical work. From new construction to repairs, we do it all. And we do it right the first time. And when the unexpected hits, we're here with 24-hour emergency service, because the lights won't wait. Call Wood Electric today, where experience meets reliability. Wired right, right on time, every time.
The other guy's insurance, you got Kyle.
Hey Kyle, it's Brenda. I was just reading through your proposal and I have a few questions.
When we drafted up your proposal, we really aimed right down the middle.
Sometimes wonder if your insurance agent true priority is more time on the golf course.
At Hummel, we do insurance differently. Our expert advisors help you not only mitigate risk, but operate more efficiently, decrease employee turnover, and increase your bottom line.
Hi, I'm James here at 705 South Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover, Ohio at New Image Auto Sales. Wait a second, is this supposed to rain today? Come with me inside our massive indoor showroom because Ohio weather is so unpredictable. You can check out all our nice pre-owned vehicles inside our indoor showroom. And every car comes with a lifetime warranty and is priced at or below KBB retail. And every vehicle comes inspected prior to hitting the showroom floor so that you know exactly what you're getting. And our inventory is moving so fast. Scan the QR code to see what's available right now. Don't see what you like? Check back tomorrow. Look, car buying doesn't have to suck. Stop in here at New Image Auto Sales year-round where we have an indoor showroom, climate controlled, that's been family owned and operated since 2019, where you can find your next luxury pre-owned vehicle. So scan the QR code or check out our website to see today's inventory. I'll see you soon.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School. We're ready for the Friday night high school game of the week. And GlenOak kicking off to Lake. And already we have a stoppage of play. GlenOak won the toss, Troy. They deferred, and now the Blue Streaks will get the football to begin play.
Yeah, a little bit closer now, too, as they're going to back them up 5. I want to thank our friends at Van Nostrand, Young & Kuntz for sponsoring the opening kick. There's enough uncertainty in the world. Make sure you have the right business, home, auto, and life insurance protection. Van Nostrand, Young & Kuntz is an independent insurance agency here to help folks. They are a local independent insurance agency. That's what I like them. They're from Stark County. They know Stark County. They live in the community. They go to church and community. Their kids are in Stark County. And that's what I like with Will Van Nostrand, everyone there. If you see Will Van Nostrand, tell him you heard about it on Big Time Sports.
Sean Leahy ready to kick it off for GlenOak, and waiting to return it, Zach Novak and Chase Fuller. It's going to be Chase Fuller coming up right in the middle of the field. Some good yardage. Is going to finally be brought down at the 35, maybe the 36-yard line, where the Blue Streaks will take over 1st and 10 here on a beautiful Friday night for football all over Stark County.
Yeah, kind of tiptoes his way through the return there, but a nice return. Going to get good field position are the Blue Streaks. See what they can do with their first possession.
Let me take a look at that Blue Streak offense. Minus, unfortunately, Ty DeGeorge, who was lost for the season with a broken ankle. But Davis Matson, big senior, 205 pounds, playing in the second game. He just came back from an injury, Troy.
Yeah, just a junior out there. See what he can do tonight.
Alex Squire, the quarterback. Going to send Fuller in motion. Going to give it to Matson over that right side. A little bit of a crease, and he's going to take it close to the 43-yard line, maybe the 44. Brought down right in front of Dan DeGeorge and that Lake coaching staff. Will be gained about 6. Let's take a look at this Lake starting lineup. They will throw 3 wide receivers at you: Novak, Fuller, and Snyder. The quarterback is Alex Squire. Fullback is Shannon Billetier. Davis Matson, the running back. Owen Snyder, Cole Hastings, Landon Hoover, Brody Dutton, and Zach Kuterza. They're the offensive line, and they are always big at Lake. Big offensive line year in and year out, Troy.
Yeah, they're always big and they're always physical.
Exactly. Squire going to throw the football. Not going to kind of scramble. Looking downfield, that's a man wide open and overthrows him. He had Chase Fuller open, Troy, at the 35 and couldn't get it to him.
Yeah, he wanted the wide receiver into the boundary on a stop and go route.
Let's take a look right now at that GlenOak defense. Defense ends will be Saunders. Nose guard will be Hampton. Defensive tackle Jordan. Linebackers Gilmore, Wagner, and Rexis. Also Drew Delp. And in the secondary, Leahy, Hairston, DeMichael, and Tay Smith. 3rd and about 5. Going to pitch it out to Matson. And he is hit short of the first down. Good defense, Troy, coming up from the left side to make the tackle. Going to bring it 4th and about 3. But this GlenOak defense making a statement early.
Yeah, that's the same play they ran earlier. This time they run it twins into the boundary, a little student body right, pulling the guards, trying to get them out there. This time nothing to it. Nice job of using the sideline as an extra defender, getting good pursuit down the line of scrimmage. Nice penetration there by the Golden Eagle defense. So they're going to hold here, Joe. And Lake's got to punt it away on their first possession.
Lachlan Baker will kick it away for the Blue Streaks. He's standing at the 31. Sean Leahy standing back at the 20 to bring it back for the Golden Eagles.
Nice punt.
High spiraling kick. Talked by Leahy, trying to find some running room, but nothing doing. He's going to be down right at the 20-yard line. Good pursuit by the special teams for the Blue Streaks. And GlenOak will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Just underway here at GlenOak. And you cannot ask for a better night for football. A little windy, but this is a good night.
Yeah, cooled off earlier today about 3 o'clock. It was around 80 degrees. Cooled off to probably around 70, 71 now. But it is a beautiful night. How blessed have we been this year, Joe, with the weather we've had for high school football. See what GlenOak can do with their first possession here.
Quarterback Evan Chrissy, number 2. Let's check tonight's officials. Ron DeChellis, Timothy Costello, Isaiah Elliott, Kyle Rasanovich and Daniel Farr, our officials tonight here at GlenOak. Going to keep it, and boy, he is hit right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about a yard. Not fooling anybody, Troy. Looked like he may pitch it, then he kept it, and he paid the price.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if that was an RPO or what, but great penetration by that front seven of Lake.
Let's take a look at that starting lineup offensively for GlenOak. Wide receivers are R.J. Hairston, Cadron Saunders, Sean Leahy, and Pete Tyler. Interior line, Mason Wallace, Jeremiah Babbix, Anthony Kaplanis, Carter Hall, Baskerville, McClendon, and then the quarterback, Evan Chrissy, rounds out the starting lineup. For Scott Garcia, going to run that jet sweep, and again, that Lake defense is there, and they're there quickly, coming up from that right defensive end position.
Winder. Grady Winder comes up, Joe, and he makes a tackle for about a 6-yard loss.
Let's check that Lake defense. There you see Grady Whitner right in the middle, number 9, the linebacker. Salzwimmer, Gutzera, Aaron Mitchell, and Grady Whitner. Linebackers are Hammer. What a name for a linebacker, Troy. Kyle Hammer. Billitaire, Talkington, Summers, Pierce, Rader, and Fuller round out this really tough and physical Lake defense. Chrissy in trouble, now going to simply throw it away right into the GlenOak sidelines. Good secondary coverage there by Troy. And GlenOak quickly is 3 and out, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, just nothing downfield for GlenOak, and the problem was it was an obvious passing situation. Good coverage by the Blue Streaks in the secondary. GlenOak going to be forced to punt it away. First possession of the game, and you lose almost 6 yards. So not a good start here for GlenOak. Offensively, had a great stop defensively, but Joe, Lake should get the ball on their side of the field.
Yeah, they're going to get good field position on the exchange of punts. That is a high end-over-end punt. Going to be taken right at the 36-yard line, trying to get to the sidelines. He's not going to get there. Again, the Golden Eagles with good pursuit dropping right at the 40. Good punt and defensive position a little bit better than you would have anticipated.
That was
right now for GlenOak.
I think that was a 50-yarder with the win there. That's a great punt. Hung in the air, gave the special teams play a chance to get down there. Right now, the punter could be MVP of this. Leahy could be MVP of this GlenOak team.
There we see Dan DeGeorge talking to his quarterback. Veteran Alex Squire, 5'11", 185, and a senior.
What I like with Lake, their first possession, they come under center. Now they're going to go into a little more of a gun, what we see here a lot.
Handoff out of that I formation a little bit, and it's going to be another short gain for this GlenOak defense. Stout early, Troy, gain of only 2.
Yeah, they do a nice job of getting penetration up front and getting to the football. I think it's going to be tough for Lake to run between the tackles, maybe try to pop a trap in there at some point. They try to use the lead blocker here in your Altman replay. But there you see you break the huddle again. They're going to go out of the gun. A little different formation here. Trips and with that H-back to the end of the boundary.
2nd and 8. Handoff right over that right side, and again, that GlenOak defense stops him after maybe a 3-yard gain right to about midfield, where it'll bring up a 3rd and about 7. I'm not sure if they're in 4-down territory, Troy, but this is a big 3rd down play early.
Yeah, trying to get a surge up front. Don't get much movement up front, but another 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 possession play here for Lake. Okay, can the GlenOak defense get off the field again? Can they get another 3 and out?
Well, this GlenOak defense, as we mentioned, they have played some good football teams early. Maslin, McKinley, and now an undefeated Lake team.
Tight twins here both sides.
Quire going to throw. Deep drop. Throws and off the fingertips. And it looked like the guy that had it was Chase Fuller. Couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, hit him right in the hands. Chance there for the first down. Keep moving the sticks, but Lake's going to have to force the punt again. GlenOak holds. Here, take a look at the Altman replay. Good time, good protection. There's a decent ball there, but right off the hands. That's one you got to catch. Try to get upfield.
So for the 2nd time tonight, Lachlan Baker will boot it away for the Lake Blue Streak, standing at the 36-yard line, kicking into a pretty strong wind tonight. And that one is going to kind of a line drive, gets a great Lake bounce. And that's going to go all the way down close to the GlenOak 8-yard line, where the Golden Eagles will take over 1st and 10 for the 2nd time tonight.
Been impressed so far with GlenOak's defense. going to be a question of can they get some positive plays offensively. We didn't see that their first possession. The first play they lost 1 yard, second play they lost 5, then an incompletion. What can they do here? Try to get at least 1 first down. That way if you have to punt, you're not in such a negative position.
Boy, a lot of good football games around the county tonight. How about Hoover at Louisville, McKinley at Perry, Lakewood St. Ed's at Massillon. Great football here in week 5, Troy.
Definitely.
1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 9-yard line. Quarterback's going to keep it this time running left. Some pretty good yardage, and he's going to have a good first down. A flag behind the play, and they bring this one back.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold there on GlenOak, and that's going to back him up inside the 10-yard line.
Good yardage. He would have had the first down. Then the flags go down, and this one's going to be half the distance from the 9. That'll put it back inside the 5, Troy. That's not what GlenOak wanted.
Right, and I think they're going to call it on the wide receiver, and that's the hard part when you got guys who aren't used to being physical trying to block on the perimeter. And it's so easy for the referees to see it because you're out there on an island on your own, and it's just such an easy call to make. And that's 2 flags get thrown, and now you're looking at backed up at the 5-yard line, and now you're looking at 1st and 15.
Well, the nose of the football right at the 5 on that right hash. So for the first 2 series tonight, GlenOak has been right in the shadow of their end zone, and that's not good for a team that's looking for win number 1.
No,
win number 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if you're Lake, if you're one of the Lake D linemen, you're trying to pin back a little bit. You're thinking safety.
Going to run a little draw play, and again, nothing doing. Maybe a half a yard. I think they'll spot it over the 5, maybe to the 7, Troy, but that didn't fool anybody. Middle of that Lake defense was there. Linebackers Billitaire and Hammer.
Well, what I like with this Lake defense is they're getting a lot of blue helmets around the football. They're putting a lot of hats around the ball. When you do that, that's when you kind of force out over some turnovers. You can get some strips. Good things happen when you get your men pursuing to the football and getting a lot of helmets around it.
Is there a better name for a linebacker than Kyle Hammer?
That's going to be a hard one to beat.
2nd and 12. Again, they're going to try and run the football, and again, that Lake defense guesses right and gets them back inside the 5 at about the 4.
Well, I don't know if they're guessing right or the linemen are just getting such good penetration. They're in the backfield waiting there for the tailback, and they just do a great job of blowing up the blockers, making plays behind the line of scrimmage. And now the problem is for GlenOak, you're in a passing situation. Do you try to throw it? It could be a little dangerous here.
Well, they've got the advantage of the wind here in the first quarter. As we look up at that American flag to our left, let's see if they dare throw it. Chrissy going to roll left, looking. He's going to throw the football, and that's incomplete at the 9. Would have been well short of the first down, Troy, and going to bring up a punting situation. And this time you would think Lake would get better field position here in their 3rd possession.
Yeah, no one wants to really catch the football here. That's been thrown around, hitting guys in the hands. You got to make the catch. Well, now you're punting, 5 yards deep in your end zone. And you had a little, it was close last time of getting blocked. See if Lake puts a little bit of pressure on him this time.
Chase Fuller standing at the 45-yard line right in the middle of the field waiting for this Sean Leahy punt. And we got another flag. We have had, I think, at least 3 penalties here already in this first quarter, Troy.
Yeah, 2 penalties here. That's more than we've had first downs.
And this one's going to go against Lake.
That to me, that's not a bad one. You're trying to guess the snap count, maybe nothing gained. They're still going to punt it. If they don't call it or you guess right, you got a chance for a big block.
That pushes Chase Fuller 5 yards back to midfield, and a good spiraling kick. Fuller's going to take it at the 47, look for a block in open field, and then is nailed right at the 42. Made a nice move at midfield, Troy, to maybe get an extra 5 or 6, and then the Golden Eagles got him.
Yeah, nice special teams play again by GlenOak.
We're going to take a break. Coming back with more Federal League football right after this on Big Time Sports.
It's always that personal touch that they know you. Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way. And when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime, we picked the best program.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
First and 10 for the Blue Streaks, and Quires going to give that one off to Davis Matson over the left side inside the GlenOak 40 to maybe the 39-yard line. That's all he'll get, but a good 4-yard pickoff here on first down.
Yeah, any yards you're getting right now against GlenOak, you've got to work for. Their 5 down linemen, their front 5 there do a great job of absorbing double teams, trying to make a lot of double teams allow the linebackers to flow, and they get decent penetration. See if GlenOak see if Lake can move the ball here at all.
Alex Quire, the quarterback, once again going to give it to Davis Matson, and they get him again. This time short of the 35. It's going to bring up third and about 5 yards, maybe a long 4.5, but once again trying to run the football inside. One more look at it.
Yeah, there you see him pulling the backside guard. He's a little quick there. He gets kind of trapped up in it. And they just got to try to get one first down here. We're still trying to get our first down of the game, Joe, between these two teams.
Matt Repchis was the guy that brought him down, a veteran linebacker for the Golden Eagles. He's played a lot of football here, 5'11", 205, and a senior. Third and about 4, maybe 4.5. 4 down territory for Lake. Once again, it's Matson, and once again, a big stop by the Golden Eagles. Boy, they have been tough inside, and this is going to bring up a 4th and short for Lake.
Yeah, you're looking at 4th and a long 1. Definitely 4 down territory here. But once again, good penetration up front by GlenOak, getting in the backfield. They come up, they meet him in the hole. Now you got to watch for a little misdirection if you're GlenOak, because they are getting so much penetration up front.
Donnell Hampton, 280 pounds at 5'11", made the stop. Big play in this football lane, Troy. 4th and about 2.
Bringing everyone in here tight for Lake.
Single running back. And now they're going to run a quarterback play, and it's dropped. That is the second pass that has been dropped by Lake. This time it was Davis Matson coming out of the backfield, Troy, that I think took his eyes off that one and could have had big yardage if he catches it. Instead, GlenOak holds again, and the Golden Eagles on the exchange. They go from the 9 on their last possession all the way up to the 34. We'll take that.
Well, here's the thing. If I'm the quarterback for Lake, I'm thinking, hey, at some point I'm just going to tuck and run because he could have ran for the first down.
Oh, exactly. I thought he would.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do to it. Make sure you get the good first down and move the football.
So GlenOak now, they started their last possession at their own 9, now a little better. Chrissy going to keep it, and again, that Lake defense is right in on top of the play and dropping for a big loss. Back at the 27.
That's going to be a big Mount Hope defensive play. How many times we can say it? They're in the backfield. I mean, they're just dancing around. Linebacker shoots through. Once again, that's number 9 for Lake. That's Widener again, making a play in the backfield. All he does is make tackles for losses, Joe.
Saul Swimmer was also there by this Lake defense. Well, both defenses have been the story of the game thus far. Going to run a little bubble screen out there, and they're going to have a close to a first down. They're going to be a yard or two short, but that's the best play from scrimmage the Golden Eagles have had this football game.
Yeah, it's one of the few positive plays. That's only their second positive play from scrimmage tonight.
Timarian Patterson was the guy that caught it and broke a couple tackles. Now it's going to be 3rd and short.
Can we see our first down of the game?
Coming up to about 2 minutes ago here in the first quarter. Good crowd here as you would expect. Chrissy going to throw it. It is caught right at the 50-yard line. Good execution. First down for the Golden Eagles. Their first of the game right at midfield.
Yeah, our first one total of the game.
Yeah.
That's a nice pass, good completion. Little timing pattern, just set, step, throw. He comes back and attacks it well. Uses sideline, gets a first down. Quarterback's in rhythm.
Evan Chrissy, who started a little bit last year for the Golden Eagles, throws it this time, and it is caught right at the shoe tops, and then is going to have to be brought down, but not without a struggle, right in front of the GlenOak bench at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, what nice RPO action there. He can put it in the belly of his running back, or he can throw it. Now, GlenOak not wasting any time here, trying to play a little tempo.
They're in 4-down territory for sure. Chrissy now going to fake it, going to run. A few quick steps and then a leap forward to the 40. Going to bring up 3rd and a manageable 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, they're not wasting any time here. They think that they've got an advantage trying to catch GlenOak or trying to catch Lake flipping their defense.
One of the keys, play mistake-free football, and that's the key on this drive. They're going to run it, and
I think he got it.
He may get it. They're going to be awful close, and I think where they're spotting the football, Troy, they do have a first down. They're second on this possession.
They're moving the football here in rhythm. They're doing it at a tempo. They're not wasting any time. Coach Garcia says, let's play.
I'm not sure if they've showed this earlier, but they're doing it right now. And now that might be Lake that stopped it. I'm not sure what happened. There's a flag all the way back
on the far side
in the secondary. Yeah.
Legal substitution by Lake. So we're going to move the football here. Legal participation or substitution. So that's going to move the ball
5 yards.
Yeah.
That was a surprising first quarter from GlenOak, who are playing maybe their best football of the season offensively right now. They're trying to run it inside again, and this time that Lake defense answers.
They're sitting there waiting. I'll be interested to see if GlenOak maybe tries to run one more play here before the quarter.
Well, they've got the advantage of the wind here in the first quarter, so it looks like they may run one more play, then wait for that second quarter to begin. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Chrissy going to throw it, and throws it way out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. Nobody there.
And you can tell his coaches have told him if it's not wide open, just throw it into the bleachers. Throw it at your girlfriend. But don't put it anywhere near where it can be picked off and something negative can happen.
Yeah, no chances. No chances from this GlenOak offense, who would love to get on the board early. That was one of the keys for Lake. Score early and let their defense do the work. But right now, GlenOak taking it to the Blue Streaks a little bit, Troy, surprisingly so.
Yeah, they moved it here, playing some tempo. But can they sustain the drive? Can they finish the drive?
3rd and 5 at the 33. Chrissy going to roll left. Looking for some running room, trying to turn the corner. Going to throw it downfield. Has a man out there, and it is knocked away and maybe intercepted. I'm not sure if that hit the ground or not, but that was a pass thrown into traffic, and it was a jump ball down there and finally hit the turf.
On the Altman replay here, I thought he was going to go for the outside receiver. I thought was the one that was more open. And this is tough, throwing across your body, rolling to your left right-handed quarterback. And I'm surprised they didn't get the DB there for Lake for face guarding, because he never turned to look at the football. That could have been pass interference.
Yeah, good call, Troy. I was expecting a flag as he had his back turned to the play. And then it looked like one of the Lake secondary guys had a chance maybe to pick it off. 4th down, Chrissy going to throws into traffic, and has a great one-handed catch down at the 5-yard line.
Wow, that is as good a catch as you are going to see in high school football. Check this one out, folks. As a one-handed snag right here. Randy Moss is it one-handed. Boom, what's his number there, Joe, on the Papa Bears big play replay?
That's none other than R.J. Hairston. How about that for R.J.?
R.J. Hairston, son of Rick Hairston, the basketball coach there. He's saying, look what I got. Great one-handed catch, great finish.
That's the way Rick used to catch him over there at Mount Union in his football days.
It's going to bring the quarter to the end.
Wow, what a highlight that was to end the first quarter. A one-handed grab, and GlenOak on the verge of taking the lead down at the Lake 5. We're going to take a break, come back with second half action right here on Big Time Sports.
At Paper Twigs, our full-service floral and papery boutique offers expertly crafted, custom-designed invitations and paper essentials for all events. We're renowned for our innovative, out-of-the-box floral arrangements, perfect for any occasion. We specialize in weddings and major events and would be honored to be a part of your special day. Please contact us at 330-499-3350.
Daystar Power Sports and Equipment in Malvern knows how to take care of our customers. Fall is here, the perfect season to hit the trails, tackle yard work, or haul with confidence. From Arctic Cat ATVs to Cub Cadet mowers, Steel tools, Ferris mowers, and Triton trailers, we've got you covered. Great financing, dependable service, and the gear you need. Call 330-868-9893 or visit DaystarPowersports.com today. Daystar, your adventure starts now.
Introducing Pizza Oven, a legacy since 1956. For decades, we've delighted taste buds with our authentic flavors. Indulge in our scrumptious menu, carefully crafted to satisfy every craving. From crispy pizzas to fresh salads, tender chickens to savory pasta, we have it all. Visit pizzaoven56.com and experience the taste of tradition at your fingertips. Pizza Oven, serving Northeast Ohio at our 10 locations.
Novelis is a global leader in flat-rolled aluminum and the world's largest aluminum recycler. Together, we forged a world-class team delivering high-quality products globally. We extend our positive impact by supporting local schools and community organizations. Novelis Uricksville cheers on students and families across various schools. Novelis Uricksville is rooting for you. Learn more at novelis.com.
It's March, baby, and Simpson Heating and Cooling is bringing the heat. And the shot is up. The shot is up. You call that a shot? Why don't we get somebody to teach these guys about the game of hoops?
What do you think, Coach?
So I thought you said these guys were all-stars.
They are a lot more professional here in their installation. Check out this installation. He's got one turn. He makes two turns. Wow! Sweet banana, we have got a full installation.
Now I see what you meant when you were talking about all-stars. These guys know what they're doing.
Somebody call for an all-star?
When madness hits your home, choose Simpson.
Go down Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School. 1 quarter in the books tonight, and it is a scoreless first quarter, although right now GlenOak down at the Lake 5-yard line. And Troy, how about that first quarter recap?
Our quarterly recap brought to you by good friends at Kimball Recycling. I tell you, we traded punts, and then finally GlenOak able to put together some first downs, our first downs of the game. Big 4th down conversion there to put the ball inside the 5. And the Golden Eagles, Joe, they're knocking on the door trying to punch one in.
Boy, a great catch. If you just missed it, R.J. Hairston, the senior wide receiver, with a one-handed grab off the quarterback, Evan Chrissy, who put that up where only Hairston could catch it, Troy. That's a good pass and an even better catch.
Talk Randy Moss, almost like Bolitnikoff out there making the catch. R.J. will have to ask his dad who Bolitnikoff was.
There you go, look at him right there. Number one in the program, and right now #1 on the hearts of these GlenOak fans after that catch.
See, but here's the thing, can they put it in? Can
yes.
they finish the drive?
Against a tough Lake defense, physical. Handoff, and they're going to get a yard or two, but good pursuit from that backside. Troy coming up to make the stop was Aaron Mitchell for Lake.
Yeah, comes up to make that tackle. Good penetration. I thought they might get him in the backfield. That was just a good look there to pick up 3 yards. Now you're looking at 3rd and goal from the 4.
Chrissy going to roll right to the short side of the field. Throws into the end zone, has a man wide open for the touchdown. He rolled right, Troy. Found his receiver wide open. And that man caught the football was John Hamilton, the 6'3", 215-pound senior. And the Golden Eagles take the lead tonight, 6-0.
Nice catch here by Hamilton, but I love the quarterback. He looks off, says, hey, I got a man breaking open in the middle. Everyone wants the quarterback's eyes. On the Altman replay, strike at the band, the Golden Eagles get 6.
Now they try for the PAT, right in the middle of the field. Good snap. Kick is up high enough, long enough, and it is perfect. So the Golden Eagles of GlenOak, a surprise here as they lead at 7-0, Troy.
Joe, next weekend's the 72nd annual Ohio Swiss Festival held in Sugar Creek, Ohio. They've got alpine horns, polka, Swiss cheese, and the stone throw. One of my favorite things there in the original apple fritters. That is the Ohio Swiss Festival Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Sugar Creek, Ohio. I want to thank our good friends at Beaver, the Beaver Companies, building high-performance facilities for elite athletes. True project partners embracing transparent approach. That's the Beaver Companies, Beaver Construction and Beaver Excavating.
Is there any truth that you won that stone toss when you were in high school?
Did not win it, have competed in it
yes,
several times.
Yes, I thought you did.
Have competed in it several times. I was happy just to get double digits. I saw the late, great Judd Logan win it several times as a little kid, and then when I was older, 4-time Olympian, hammer thrower, would come down, would bring some different throwers. Would love to see Kovacs come there, Ryan Krauser come and throw. I think that would be great for the whole thing. Also want to thank our friends at Hot Shot Pickleball. Folks, it's the fastest sport coming up on 2 feet, where fun meets fundamentals. Young players learn the game in a positive and encouraging environment. Skills, drills, and games. That's Hot Shot Pickleball, located in North Canton.
Sean Leahy kicking into a pretty strong wind. Leahy's going to bring it back, starting at the 15-yard line. The hole on that left side down the sidelines. A good return, still on his feet, now pushed out of bounds. Let's see where they spot that one, but the Blue Streaks are going to get great field position on the kickoff.
And we talk about how GlenOak has to play mistake-free football. Did a nice job getting a go-ahead score, chance to pin a team deep, and they let them out of it. GlenOak once again lets them out of it, cuts it through there in the Altman replay. Great return, great special teams by the Blue Streaks.
Chase Fuller was the guy that got it on that left hash, brought it right up the left side of the field with some encouragement from his teammates as he ran right by the Blue Streak sidelines all the way down to the GlenOak 48. Quire, the quarterback, going to fake the handoff. They're going to throw it off the fingertips of Chase Fuller, incomplete.
And he had him open there on the inside slant, gone that trips look. Lake's probably given GlenOak 7 or 8 different formations to look at here. That's an RPO action, pulling the backside guard. He can put it in his belly. And this time, no, nothing there. Just cannot connect, and that's tough for a young quarterback who's stepping in when you had some plays, had some drops. You're trying to do a little too much threading the needle. Same formation again.
2nd and 10 again from the GlenOak 48. Quire with the drop, sideline pass, caught and out of bounds. Good catch there by Quinn Snyder, the junior. Good target at 6'4", 190.
Yeah, nice job here. He hangs in the pocket well. Now he's got a completion. Now he's got some confidence. He's got 3rd and manageable here, 3rd and 2. A lot of different things you can do if you're quarterback now.
Lake will have the advantage of the wind here in the 2nd quarter, but they're already in 4-down territory. Blue Streaks trailing 7-0. I'm not sure they've trailed much this year. They're 4-0.
They trailed to Perry a little bit, trying to go on the shoulder fake.
Here's Quire. He's going to run, and he is going to be brought down short of the first down. And that's going to bring up a 4th and about 2 or 3. And again, this GlenOak defense is going to have to do it one more time as the Blue Streaks will go for it on 4th and about 2.
Yeah, nice job getting a lot of helmets to football. But that was a good job there by the quarterback. Quire making it a manageable 4th down. He could have been tackled 2 yards deeper, and now you're looking at 4th and 4 instead of you're looking at 4th and 1.
There's a good look at the middle of that GlenOak defense, Troy. There are some big boys in the middle right there.
Well, they do a great job absorbing double team. It allows the linebackers to flow. They got 5 guys up on the line, which is what you need.
Quire to Matson, 1st down over that left side. With a couple yards to spare, it'll be a Lake 1st down at the GlenOak 36.
Nice job there as we got a
injured player.
Yeah, but look out here, pulling the backside guard and tackle almost like a counter, trying to get a lot of blockers in front, and they do just enough to get the 1st down. Looks like that young man's going to be okay. That's number 11, I think.
That's Davis Matson. He's already coming back from an injury. They don't want to lose him. They've already lost Ty to George.
And that's something Lake the last 7 or 8 years just seems to get bit by the injury bug all the time.
Let's see what happens at the tail end of this play.
Goes down. Yeah, it looks like he's having hard there. Coming down hard on his throat right there.
Wow.
Wow, pushing on. Wow.
Yeah, both hands.
Yeah.
Don't like to see that, Troy.
No, you don't. I'm surprised the officials, and that might be trying to catch his breath there. You have a hand on your.
I'm not sure if anybody from the Lake sideline saw it because they were shielded by a lot of players, but we sure picked it up on
camera. No Lake player saw it, or they'd have been a fight.
Yeah, I think maybe one of them did, but you don't want to be the second guy that's caught in that one.
Yeah.
Quarterback sneak by Alex Quire, not much.
Great second. Now we're going to get the flag.
That may have been a little rebuttal there. I'm not sure what happened.
I think it's going to go against GlenOak.
There's the officials. Good crew tonight, led by Ron DeChellis.
They're going to wave it off.
Oh, they're going to wave it off. Yep.
Coach DeGeorge is not happy about that.
Well, once he sees that last play on tape, he'll be less than happy.
He is not going to be happy. Let's see what they think they saw. A great second effort here by Quire. I mean, he could have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, but no, he does a great job there.
Well, there's the shove down. Maybe they thought that was a little extra.
A little extracurricular, and there's another incompletion.
Yeah, back to live action. That pass is incomplete on the sidelines. Trying once again to find Quinn Snyder. He's a tough matchup, Troy. You mentioned he's 6'4", 190.
Yeah, you want to just get it to his hands. That time he's out throwing outside of his frame. Now looking at 3rd and 5 here for Lake, and you're too far for a field goal, but you don't want to punt it either.
There you take a look at that Lake offense. And Alex Quire, the quarterback, number 10, got the play call from Dan DeGeorge, and here we go on 3rd and about 5. Down at the GlenOak 31. Going to throw over the middle. It is caught inside the 5 and into the house for a touchdown. Looked like Chase Fuller was the guy that caught it right in the middle of the field, Troy. Split a couple of GlenOak defenders and went into the end zone, and it's 7-6.
I'll tell you, that's a confidence booster for your quarterback. He's had so many passes tonight they just can't catch. This time he hits them in stride, gets inside leverage on the Papa Bears big play replay, and it's a race to the end zone. Great job there by the Lake Blue Streaks offense answering back.
Alex Quire to senior wide receiver Chase Fuller. 7-6, and now we'll try and tie it up. And that kick is up, and it is perfect. And we have a tie football game. We're 9:56 left to go in the first half as Lake answers after GlenOak had taken the lead.
Also, want to go back to our good friends at Hot Shots Pickleball.
You're a pickleball player, aren't you?
I've played it a little bit.
That's a sport that's really catching on across the country.
It is. My uncle out in Montana actually owns a indoor pickleball facility with like 30 courts and an amphitheater, but Hot Shots Pickleball right here in North Canton, Joe, right by our studios in Image Video in North Canton. Be our guest, Hot Shots Pickleball Club with no commitment. Be our guest and play today. Try our menu, bar, taps, food, everything. Rookie play. They're going to teach you how to play the game. They've got it from ages 4 and 5 up to ages 75. And that's the nice thing with pickleball. It's something that can keep some of the elderly folks active and the young kids too. I know some high school teams are putting together pickleball teams for their high schools. And the place to go at is Hot Shots Pickleball. conveniently located in North Canton, right off I-77.
So Lake has tied up this football game, and now they will kick it away to GlenOak. Braden Talkington will kick it. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line.
Oh, short.
And that is a short kick, and that's going to take a bounce. It's kind of bobbled there momentarily, and that gives this special teams unit for Lake a chance to get down and make the tackle inside the 20.
Yeah, you never want to let the ball bounce on a kickoff. All that does is give the special teams for the kicking team another half second to get down there. They can cover another 7 to 10 yards and put you in some negative situations. So now you're looking ball inside the 20 here for GlenOak, and they did a great job moving it with some big plays last time. Can they keep moving the football this possession?
That was Pete Tyler, a young sophomore, that brought back that kick. Brought it back to the 18, where GlenOak has it 1st and 10, and we are tied 7-7 on a big Federal League Football Friday.
That's a fumble.
That's a pass. They're going to say incomplete.
At first, I thought the referee didn't blow his whistle right away. I thought he was going to call it a lateral, but another incompletion.
Tried to throw it out to a wide receiver, and he dropped one more look at it, Troy.
Yeah, that's a forward pass. But yeah, he just throws it again a little too hard. Hard for these teams really getting rhythm throwing the football. And it's been why this first half has taken such a long time to play.
GlenOak going right into the wind tonight, right to left. And they have it 2nd and 10 at the 18. Going to throw for it, and again, incomplete. That would have been a short gain, even if he catches it at the 20.
Yeah, just having a hard time making the completion there. They want to roll him out. They don't want him in this pocket too much, but another incompletion on their alt-care replay. Thank you for tuning in to Big Time Sports. Don't forget to go to our Facebook page, our YouTube page, click subscribe. Be one of our over 70,000 social media followers.
We saw Evan Chrissy coming over and talking to one of the GlenOak coaches. It's 3rd and 10 at your own 18. And what do you dial up here, Troy? You don't want to make a mistake.
Well, I'd like to get my quarterback out of the pocket, give him the opportunity to GlenOak's not going to give him that chance. They're going to call a timeout.
Well, they had receivers, 3 receivers on the left side, and they call a timeout. Right now, we're going to take a look at some of the fans that have come out on a beautiful Friday night for football here at GlenOak, brought to you by Mears Nissan. There you take a look at it. I think that's probably the Lake Blue Streak fans dressed in their Blue Streak blue.
You see that much blue at a stadium, you know the Blue Streaks are in the house from Lake on our Mears Nissan fan cam. Lake traveling pretty well tonight. They get a look at the end zone section for the Golden Eagles as well, as they've come out on our Mears Nissan fan cam.
There you take a look at some of the GlenOak faithful.
Camo night, fatigue night.
That brings back a lot of memories.
I'm sure for you. If you don't know, folks, my broadcast partner, Joe Dunn, a Marine. You were out in 29 Palms?
29 Palms, California, the Great Mojave.
There's
a little bubble screen, and they bobble it, Troy, and they can't really get much out of it. Once he fumbled the football, that gave that Lake defense time to recover, and that's going to bring up a 4th down punting situation for GlenOak. And kicking into this wind, Troy, I would expect Lake to get pretty good field position.
Well, you've heard it said before, it's hitting the receivers in a bad spot, their hands. And they're both teams tonight just having a bad case of the drops.
I think that's Davis Matson that's back to bring back this kick, standing at about midfield. Leahy will kick it away. Big rush. They don't get it. And Matson's going to pick it up and bring it back. And it's going to be hit after maybe a 1-yard gain. And he's short of the 50-yard line, right at the 49. Pretty good job by the special teams for the Golden Eagles to drop him right there at midfield.
Nice return there by number 10. And this is pretty close here to getting blocked. Oh, look at the ground. Once again, the guys at Image Video getting us a great look. Oh, and there's the hand. If he grew another ½ inch there, he might have got a fingertip on that one.
Yeah, the guy that almost got him was number 39. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, if he doesn't bring the clippers out, he gets that one.
Now they're going to go under center. He wants some motion. No one wants to do it for him.
So right at midfield, Lake 7-7, and they're going to blow this one dead.
And Coach George is not happy. When your quarterback has to call for motion 3 times by shifting his foot and the motion man doesn't get it, not a great sign.
There you see Dan DeGeorge, who brings his golden or his blue streaks into this one at 4-0. And he's got it going over at Lake. Veteran coach. Of course, played his high school football up at Akron Hoban, collegiately at Malone.
I think still maybe one of the top all-time rushers at Malone.
And will stay that way.
Yeah, since Pioneers no longer have the football program. Tomorrow they host I believe the 57th annual Malone Cross Country Invitational.
You'll be there.
I will be there. I think that's one of the, I think it's like the 3rd longest running cross country meet in the Midwest and like the 7 or 8 state area.
Of course, Dan DeGeorge, longtime assistant to what I thought was a great coach in Jeff Durbin.
Jeff Durbin, one of the best ever in Stark County.
I knew Jeff, of course, as an assistant coach to Jim Dennison up at Akron. Going to run the football. Breaks one tackle, and that's all he'll get. Springs ahead for a couple, but initially they slowed him down, Troy, and that gave the rest of that GlenOak defense time to recover.
Yeah, try to run a little crisscross counter action there at the orbit motion. The misdirection doesn't really work there. Good job by the Golden Eagles not falling for it. But once again, look at all the white helmets, all the dark jerseys getting in there to make the tackle for the Golden Eagles for GlenOak. Coach Garcia's got to be happy with how hard his defense is pursuing tonight.
The guy that got there first was Big Donnell Hampton, 280-pound senior, number 77. 2nd and 8. Quire looking left, now going to keep it right up the middle of the field. Moves to his right, then to his left, breaks a tackle, and has a first down.
I'll tell you, Quire's showing he can do it with his feet, as that's a nice design draw on first down. On second down, I like the play call. Everyone knows he can throw it, but this time he's got it with his legs. Get some blockers ahead of him. Shift a young man out of the backfield.
Matt Rutkus was the guy that finally got him, one of the better linebackers in the Federal League. But not until Lake has a first down at the GlenOak 37. Quire looking, brings that ball back. Now he's going to take off, looking for somebody to throw it to. Throws it down the field, and
nice catch.
That'll be caught short of the first down, but a good play at both ends. The throw and then the catch inside the 30 at the 28.
Nice catch there by number 18, Cole Latterman there for Lanterman for the Blue Streaks. Comes up with a big catch. Nice job there. I love this quarterback. He rolls out well. He does throw a nice football. He's just got to find guys that can catch it.
Now he's got one touchdown pass. That was to Chase Fuller just moments ago. Going to throw a little bubble screen out to Fuller, and that is read perfectly by the Golden Eagle defense. That drop him right at the 30. They may give him forward progress to the 28. I'm not sure he even got to that far, Troy.
Yeah, see what they come up with here on the forward progress.
Watch where he catches this ball.
He catches there behind the 30.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good spot. That's generous, but that's a good spot.
Going to bring up 3rd and short. Lake in 4-down territory as the clock runs with 7:18 to go in the half. GlenOak struck first. They led it 7-0. Lake just answered moments ago, and that's where we stand right now, 7-7.
Here they're coming with everyone in tight.
Quire to Matson over the left side, breaks open.
Strike it up.
Matson at the 15, at the 10. It's a foot race to the end zone. He'll get inside the pylon for a Lake touchdown. Davis Matson to the house, and the Blue Streaks take the lead for the first time tonight.
I'll tell you, Matson looking good here for the Blue Streaks. Great blocking up front. They bring in those extra blockers out of the power pack, and it's a sprint to the pylon. You're not going to catch him. Nice job extending the football in the Altman replay.
Davis Matson over that left side. Broke into that second level, Troy. Went to the sidelines. Then it was a foot race, and he won it. Blue Streaks will try and add on here. That kick is up, and it is perfect. So 6:52 left to go in the half. Back-to-back touchdowns by the Blue Streaks after trailing early 7-0, and they lead it 14-7 with a long way to go in this football game, Troy.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Do you have an old junker sitting around that's not worth anything? It might be just an old junker to you, but at Speedy Auto Salvage, it's worth big bucks. Your end-of-life car or truck will quickly turn into cash for vacation, bill payoffs, or just money for fun. Speedy also takes sheet metal and old appliances and will put cash right in your hands. Speedy pays top dollar for your end-of-life vehicle, sheet metal, scrap iron, and even old appliances. Pickup service is available. Hurry in today to Speedy Auto Salvage.
Dumont Sporting Goods has been outfitting winning teams since 1977. Put Doug Clark and his experienced staff to work for your team. See them for school jackets, silk screening, and embroidery. Dumont's is especially proud to be your exclusive area Russell Athletic Team Specialist. All of the name brands you love close to home. That's Dumont's Sporting Goods on Tuscarawas Avenue in downtown Dover. Team specialist since 1977.
At Mears Nissan, we make car buying easy. We want our customers to have a pleasant buying experience from start to finish. We offer a comfortable and welcoming space where you can feel confident making your purchase. Family owned and operated for over 35 years, we're proud to offer family-friendly financing options designed to fit your budget. Don't just take our word for it. Take a look at some of our happy customers. So if you're planning on buying a new or used car or truck, look no further than Mears Nissan in Canton, and let our family take care of yours.
Showdown, Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School after Lake has put back-to-back touchdowns on the board to lead at 14-7 after GlenOak had struck early to lead at 7-0. 6:52 left to go in the half, and the Blue Streaks will kick it off with the wind advantage here in the second quarter.
Right now, GlenOak's just got to keep playing within themselves. Don't try to do anything crazy. You don't want to turn it over. You don't want to fall down 2 scores before the half.
Braden Talkington will kick it off.
Nice kick.
And he will boom that one all the way halfway into the end zone.
Wow, I haven't seen offsides on a kickoff forever, and tonight we've seen it twice.
Here we have.
That's going to give us a chance to talk about our good friends at Fireside Tax. Tim Singo and his crew. Tax may be 3 letters, but to me it's 4, folks. Fireside Tax, conveniently located over in Perry Township. Flat fee payroll, individual income tax, business income tax. You want to stop in at Fireside Tax. All the new tax laws from the big, beautiful bill. You want an expert on it, and that's Tim Singo and his crew over at Fireside Tax. Check them out on the web at firesidetax.com. That's firesidetax.com.
Well, referee Ron DeCellis will move that football back 5 yards after the penalty on the Blue Streaks, and now Talkington will kick it from the 35. Let's see if he can get in the end zone this time, Troy. He's got the wind advantage, but he really booted that last one. Let's see what he gets here. He's going to squib that one right down the middle of the field.
And
it gets by the GlenOak return man inside the 5, all the way down to the 2, and he's going to be swarmed and down at about the 2-yard line.
And that's just GlenOak, just struggling, letting the ball go through the line, go all the way down inside. It's a live football, and GlenOak, not helping themselves out here. They just said, hey, what do you want it? You want it? I don't want it. Need some communication there. Good job of finally picking up, but now you're blowing up inside your own 5-yard line.
Boy, a swarm, and I mean a swarm of Blue Streaks down there to make the tackle. Justin Landis was there.
Yeah, you're thinking
Cole
scoop
Rader
and
were
score.
there.
You're definitely thinking scoop and score in that situation.
Well, they looked up and all they saw was a sea of white jerseys right on top of it, no room to run. And now they're going to run the play from the end zone. Quarterback Evan Chrissy got to be careful right here. Good move, though. He's got a nice play to get out of trouble all the way over the 10-yard line to about the 12. So that's a good pickup deep in your the shadow of your end zone.
Yeah, and I think they're just going to keep. I don't know why the clock stopped. Haven't figured that out yet. Little trap play inside. Looked like good pursuit there. Still not sure why the clock stopped.
I don't either. It's not a first down. I mean, they should stop at 6:49.
Yeah, they're helping GlenOak getting some home. Getting a nice job here with the clock there. Now they finally started.
Now it's wound up, and here we go on 2nd and short at the 12.
Saved them another 30 seconds this possession.
Chrissy going to hand it off. Going to have the first down. Fumble, and Lake's going to get it.
Yep, right back to the Blue Streaks.
The ball popped loose, and the Blue Streaks were on it. And I think the guy that came up with it was Braden Talkington, the kicker, who was in on defense, big number 44.
And just talked about it, Joe. You can't turn it over. You don't want to go down 2 scores on your Mount Hope defensive play. You had some positive things after the horrible special teams play. Now it's stripped. Now Lake's right back at it.
Now the guy that stripped it was Gavin Salzwimmer, number 54, that came up from behind and stripped it. And then Braden Talkington, Johnny on the spot, picks it up for a fumble recovery, and the Blue Streaks have it at the GlenOak 18, 1st and 10.
Take a shot at the end zone on the turnover.
Let's see what Alex Quire dials up right here. Going to run the football to Matson. And pretty much the same play they scored on, Troy. This time the Golden Eagles defend it.
Yeah, nothing inside there, but they're trying to set up a pass play. I like trying to get Quire outside of the pocket. He's got good feet. Flex him out there, see if he can run. But, you know, Lake's going to take some time off the clock, and really the clock mishap there actually helped the Blue Streaks. Give them a little bit of time here.
Had a quick look there at the Golden Eagle defense. 2nd and 8 at the 16. Quire again going to give it to Matson. And again, he runs right into the middle of that GlenOak defense for a good 3 or 4 yards down close to the 11.
And right now the O-line for Lake is coming off the ball better. They're locking up with their man and they're running their feet and rolling their hips through, but they're coming off the football so much better. And look at them getting that surge up front. They're starting to form that wall. You're starting to see a wall of white, and that's going to allow the running back to get some cutback lanes as that backside line of blockers works to 2nd level.
They spotted the ball at the 12, and now we're going to have another stoppage in play.
And Lake's calling another timeout. Coach DeGeorge, I don't know if they're having trouble getting the play in. They're not getting the formation right, but they've had to call a lot of timeouts here at the offensive end, and that's not something you want to have to do when you're getting, you know, in a big game down the road, week 8, week 9. You got to take care of those things now so you're not burning timeouts.
Yeah, I don't think it's personnel. I think it's just maybe getting into the right formation and making sure everybody's on the same page, and they call a timeout to make sure they run the play correctly. 5:25 to go in the half. GlenOak struck first. They led it 7-0. Then back-to-back touchdowns by Lake, and they lead it right now 14-7.
Yeah, so see what happens there, Flake. They got plenty of time. GlenOak is hunting around. I thought defensively GlenOak's looked good tonight, but you know they've been pinned so much because of their, you know, some of the offensive miscues and now a turnover, which is giving the ball right back to Lake also.
Next week, Troy and I will be over at Lake High School, another Federal League battle as the Jackson Polar Bears head down to take on the Blue Streaks. That should be a heck of a game. Jackson hosting Green tonight.
Should be a good game. Looking forward to that. First time seeing the Polar Bears this year. I like what Coach Rohr has done over there.
Quire going to roll left. Throws downfield, has a man out there. Diving attempt, incomplete in the corner of the end zone.
That's going to bring up 4th down here. See if Coach George tries to go for the field goal, or
well, he's got the wind advantage. Watch it again. This is Quire going to throw it. And a diving attempt right there in the end zone, incomplete. Going to bring up 4th and 4. Ball still at the 12. And Dan DeGeorge says, hey, we're up 14-7. Let's go for a big touchdown here and make it 3 in a row.
Yeah, try to knock him out.
There you see Alex Quire. He's got Davis Matson right next to him. Now he's all alone.
Little shift here. Now they're going to get the motion. Play action. Throwback. He's looking for
got a man wide open down there, and it is caught for a touchdown. Wide open. Number 2, Zach Novak, 6'3", and a senior. He came from that right side, Troy, ran right through the secondary and wound up uncovered for a touchdown.
I love it. They get all the motion going to the right. They think they're going to run it. He just chucks it up there. He drags all the way across. They do a little shift beforehand. Great job there catching GlenOak asleep. Another touchdown for the Blue Streaks.
3 straight touchdowns by Lake, and it's 20-7. That kick is up, and for the 3rd time tonight, it is perfect. So 5:13 to go in the half. It's Lake 21 and GlenOak 7.
Good dominant performance here after that first quarter touchdown by GlenOak. Lake coming out dominant here, 21 straight unanswered points, and that's got to give Coach DeGeorge some confidence. I love the fact that he's kept throwing the football. And he knows down the road when he's playing some of the better teams, he's got to be able to throw the football. You got to be able to throw it against your McKinleys, your Perrys, your Hoovers. You want to make a playoff run, you got to be able to throw the football. And he's trying to develop that with his young quarterback here. And I think they're doing a nice job with it. I'm very impressed with his offensive line as well.
Well, they've got a couple mismatches right now because they can throw Zach Novak at 6'3" and Quinn Snyder at 6'4". At any secondary in the Federal League, and most times they'll have the advantage.
Quinn Snyder, was that a professional basketball player?
Coach.
Okay, coach. That was way back like in the 40s or 50s, wasn't it?
No, I think he played at Duke, if I remember right.
That's way before my time.
No, I think you remember that.
Troy, I just remember the name.
You were too busy training for the rock throw.
At the Ohio Swiss Festival coming up next week. Stop down, get the, you can't.
They're going to bounce it again. This time, fortunately, it's going to bounce out of the end zone where GlenOak will take over 1st and 10.
You'd think you would have learned last time. You got to communicate, guys. You, me, you. I mean, for the baseball team at GlenOak, I hope those guys aren't outfielders.
Well, GlenOak's going to have it 1st and 10. They've got 5 minutes and 13 seconds going into the wind to try and get a little bit closer before halftime.
I wouldn't want to give the ball back to Lake again.
They're playing with as much confidence now as they have all game long. They were behind 7-0, and now 3 straight touchdowns by Dan DeGeorge and company, and it's 21-7.
And GlenOak does a really good job spreading you out sideline to sideline. Though they're gonna.
This is Chris. He's going to keep it. And again, 2, 3, 4 Blue Streaks in on the tackle, and he's going to be a little short getting up that time, but he's taking some hits.
And right now, the defense, they're hungry. They know that they've worn their guys down. They know that GlenOak's getting a little tired. They want this opportunity. Who's got to call a timeout again? Who is it?
We got an injured player, I think, for Lake, who tried to get off the field and got almost to the sidelines. And
coach has probably told him to go down. Hey, you got to look at. Oh, now they're going to have to get him back out there. Player's off.
I think that's number 39, and we do not have a number 39 listed on the Lake roster.
Oh, GlenOak's going to come out again. Once again, you don't want to turn this over.
Going to run the football, and again, not much there. Coming in to make the stop was Kyle Hammer.
Love the
linebacker.
Name. You really love that name, Joe.
I'll tell you, I looked at that earlier in the week and I said, wow, I would love to be a linebacker with the name Hammer. Let's watch it again.
MC Hammer. Yo, Hammer, get the pants out. Parachute pants. 3rd down here. Got to be careful with that football.
Gavin Constantine also in helping on the tackle. 3rd and 8, possession play. Throwing deep and overthrows everybody. The guy that had the best shot at it
was the defensive back there, number 14 for the Streaks. That's Summers.
Yeah, Brady Summers was the guy that reached out and couldn't pull it in. They're going to force a 4th down punt for GlenOak, and Lake's going to get it back with a lot of time on the clock.
I think they might get here with better field position than they would have with the interception. He might have been thinking,
oh, you're right. You're exactly right.
I know what my return man can do. I got confidence in my, but I'm just going to drop this one, suffer on my own stats just to help my partner out, help the team. It's an unselfish man right there.
Looks like Chase Fuller is the guy that's going to bring this kick back. Number 22, he fumbles the football. Now heads upfield and is going to be hit at the 47, and down he goes right in front of the GlenOak's coaching staff.
Well, Lake wants to try to put one more in here before the half. On your Pizza Oven scoreboard, brand new Pizza Oven Papa Bears in North Canton. I'll tell you, Joe, and I know they'll probably have some Pizza Oven pizza over there at halftime here at GlenOak. It is the best pizza in Stark County. I didn't know about it till I moved to Stark County, and I got to know Steve and his brother Dave, and it is by far the best pizza you can have.
Got a nice location over there in North Canton now.
They do.
Which I usually head that way. Handoff, Matson breaks one tackle, then is hammered. Wow, he got hit hard right at the 49-yard line, and down he went.
And Coach George is not happy again. He wants something called, and he is running out to the official. I don't know what happened, but Coach George is livid.
We got another injured player. This time it's a GlenOak, GlenOak Golden Eagle right at the 48. Let's watch the tail end here.
He wants that late diving on the pile there. At the end, he is not. Coach George is still letting the referee have an earful.
That's the second or third time we've seen that.
And sometimes when you're out there as an official, everything's bang, bang. I mean, obviously, we got the guys at Image Video make it look so easy when it's not, who can replay it, pause it. I mean, we've got the best camera crew in probably Ohio tonight, and we get to see every angle you can.
2nd and 8 for Lake. And the ball's at their own 49-yard line. Quire going to drop, going to throw it. Throwing down the middle of the field, has a man out there. It is caught for a big play and maybe a touchdown it is. Nice grab by the hands by Lake. And the guy that came up with it was Cole Lannerman.
And I'll tell you what Lake said early on, we're going to drop some passes, log GlenOak into false sense of security, and then we're going to hit you with some big strikes downfield. Big arm here by the quarterback. Hits him right in stride. They're making the hard catches, Joe. They're like, why do we want it something easy? We're here to challenge ourselves. Maybe we want to, make Coach George age a little bit. It's what players do to coaches. And they just come right back there and answer.
Boy, nice catch by Lannerman to go up with the hands and bring that one down. And for the 4th time tonight, the kick is up and good, and suddenly it's a 28-7 Lake lead. Still 3:32 to go in the first half.
I want to thank our good friends over at Hot Shots Pickleball again. Be our guest. Experience Hot Shots Pickleball with no commitment. Be our guest and play today. Try our menu, bar, and taps too. Folks, I've been over there. They have got a great restaurant going over there. The indoor courts are amazing. Guys, it's right off I-77. On your way there, stop in and see the guys at Image Video. Dean Marini and company there. They'll talk some high school football with you. Also want to thank our good friends at Beaver Construction, Beaver Excavating. We build success. That's the motto at Beaver. And they work with schools. They work with the community. They build with community municipalities. If you're a school, if you're a community, you're looking to do construction, the Beaver companies, Beaver Excavating, Beaver Construction. They worked with Massillon, the Hall of Fame, Brown Local, Canton City, Talmadge, Bridgeport, Claymont. Game we're doing tonight at Newcomerstown. They are doing it all with the Beaver companies.
I think they just finished a nice project at the Jackson locker room.
Yes, that is phenomenal what they did over there at Jackson. How about the baseball field at North Canton?
Yeah, beautiful.
It's just, I worked with them. I know Betsy Sterling for a long time over there at Beaver. Andy Flowers, their director of marketing. It is just a fantastic company and great people at Beaver. They want to help the communities grow.
Braden Talkington will boot it away again, and this time drills it again about 5 yards deep into the end zone, and the Golden Eagles say, nope, we're not going to bring it back. We'll take it right at the 25 and play football.
See, if I'm Coach George, do you really want to put it in the end zone? Because I want to see what happens when GlenOak breaks it out if they field it. Because now they get it to 20 and you don't get a fumble or anything, but that's a great kick to put it that far deep. You can't bring it out of the end zone in high school. So that's a good opportunity.
Right at the 20. I think I said 25. They'll take it right at the 20. With 3:32 to go in the first half, and suddenly, which was a close football game, right now is 28-7. Blue Streaks.
They might. If you're GlenOak, don't give it back to Lake here. Oh, they're going to throw it.
Throwing deep down the sidelines and into traffic and right into the middle of that Lake sidelines, incomplete.
I think one of the third string quarterbacks might have caught that for Lake. But you know, Coach Garcia right now is saying, hey, maybe we're not going to win this. We're just going to keep trying to get better and improve ourselves and try to make ourselves better on it as a team.
Well, Evan Chrissy, only a junior, played a little bit as a sophomore last year, had I think close to 300 yards total offense. He's back now as the #1 starter, and he'll get nothing but better. 5'10", 170, as you mentioned, a junior, and he's facing 2nd and 10 at the 20 right now. And they're going to blow this one dead, and that's going to cost GlenOak 5 yards.
Just another penalty. That's only the second one on the night I've got for GlenOak unofficially.
Going to push it back to the 15 where it's going to be 2nd and 15 to go for a first down. This time they're going to run it, trying to turn the corner. Up at the 25, up at the 30, and out of bounds at the 35. That will be a first down for GlenOak on a big play, and they needed that one.
Yeah, nice job of getting a good seal block on the end. They seal that end in, kick him in, and he's able to bounce it to the outside. Nice job there. And you're not going to get to see it on the Altman replay, but a nice job of sealing him in. And I like they're trying to play with rhythm again, trying to play at tempo.
There's another good look at it. Finally brought down at the 35. This time not as successful. He's go back to live action. We're going to lose about 4.
But now if you're Lake, you want to have those timeouts that you had to use earlier to try to call the timeouts here, depending on what GlenOak does, try to get the football back.
Boy, good defensive play there by Zach Kuzera. 225-pound junior. Broke through to make the tackle. Ball back at the 32. Chrissy looking sidelines, and that's incomplete again.
Going to bring up a big third down now.
3rd and about 13 as you look into that GlenOak huddle. And there's a good look at the quarterback, Evan Chrissy.
Big possession play here for GlenOak. Coach Garcia, a couple stints here at GlenOak. His first time around, did an excellent job. A program that hadn't really had success, took him to the playoffs several times.
Yeah, he had a good, pro. He went over and beat Maslin one year. Going to throw, deep drop. Chrissy, sidelines, came back for the football. It was caught. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough for the first down. He came back as all wide receivers are taught.
He came back for it. He's going to be short by about 4 yards, and I think GlenOak will go for it.
Well, you're down 28-7. 2.5 minutes to go in the half, but I think Scott Garcia says, I'm going to punt it away.
I'm Lake, I'm going for the block. They've been close a couple of times. Or maybe you're GlenOak here, you made a shift it. Try to get Lake to jump, pick up a cheap one. GlenOak didn't have the right personnel in the field, though. That's not a good sign.
Sean Leahy standing back inside the 30 at the 28. Going to bring that high snap in and going to boot it away. Let's watch the bounce. Going to be picked up on the run by Lake.
He's got a corner to turn.
Coming up the right side and going to be pushed out of bounds. Pretty good return there by Chase Fuller, who took that on the bounce and brought it right back upfield, close to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, this is closer to touching that Lake player on that, but it doesn't matter because he comes up well to take it on the bounce and get to, oh, what's the penalty here?
Yeah, there's going to be a penalty. They're going to bring that back all the way to the 34.
Must have been holding there on Lake. Add that to the.
So the Blue Streaks leading already 28-7, have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 34 with 2:19 to go in the half.
They'd love to put one up here right before the half.
Quire looking left.
Plenty of time.
Now he's in trouble, kind of scrambling away, trying to turn the corner.
Now.
He's got some room. Now he's going to throw, and he's got a wide open man out there, and that is Chase Fuller down the sidelines for a big play and another first down.
Nice completion, and I'm going to tell you, if you're in the secondary, you hate a quarterback who can scramble. Not because you got to tackle him, but because you got to cover. And those receivers, this is a drill you do. If you're going long, you break short when you see your quarterback in trouble. If you're going short, you break long. And look how he keeps his eyes downfield, finds the wide open man. We've seen him do that a couple of times tonight, Joe. I am very impressed with this Lake Blue Streak quarterback. He's shown he's stepping up to be the man.
Another big play by this Blue Streak offense down at the GlenOak 19. Gonna hand it off once again. That looks like Matson.
Fumble-aya.
Fumble, who's got it? Big scramble, I think GlenOak's got it. And the Golden Eagles needed a stop, they needed a turnover, and they got it. Could have come at a better time. You're already down 28-7, and now you get the football back with 1:42, but more importantly, you keep Lake off the scoreboard again. One more look at it.
Yeah, you avoid, you don't want to get running clocked real early in the second half. But yeah, he just pops it loose. You got to tuck that ball away. Tries to get the second effort. Good job there by the GlenOak defense.
Now let's look down and watch that GlenOak offense. There you see head coach Scott Garcia with the headset on. As he'll sit back and watch and hope that his offense can come down the field and tighten this game up with 1:42 to go in the half. Quarterback is Evan Chrissy. Under pressure, throws short. It is caught, but out of bounds after a short gain to the 22. Maybe trying to work that sidelines a little bit, Troy, and move it down the field. They're going into the wind, which is going to be tough, even to get down for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, well, you're not thinking field goal. You're down 28-7. You're 1-3. You're trying to score a touchdown. I mean, they've got to try to do something to improve the program.
Braden Talkington on the stop. Talkington 6'2", 175, a junior. One of these good, tough Lake Blue Streaks who always seem to come up with a lot of good hitters on defense. 2nd and 6. Cressy trying to turn the corner and is going to be out of bounds. And give credit to Lake. They did not. They had a shot to hit him, but they would have had to do that out of bounds, and they decided, no, it's not worth the 15 yards, even though I got a good shot at him.
Yeah, they didn't want to pick up the 15-yard penalty on that, but he's just running for his life here. He's trying to sprint to the sideline. He doesn't want any bit of those hits. It's going to bring up third and 2 here.
Clock stopped with 1:31 to go in the half. If you just joined us, GlenOak jumped out early. They led this game 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Then 28 unanswered points by Lake to lead at 28-7 here late in the second quarter. And that is up the sidelines, and that's going to be a GlenOak first down.
Yep, they're going to keep moving the ball. Another first down for the Golden Eagles. That's their 5th of the game. They're trying to fight here. They're not playing like a team that's down 28-7.
That was Justin Johnson that caught that one and went up the sidelines. Trying to pull one out here late in the half. Chrissy trying to run to the sidelines.
He's trying to get out of bounds.
And they're going to keep the clock moving. He's hit a big hit.
Right now he's wishing that sideline was about 5 yards closer.
Let's watch it again.
I love how they come up here, and got away with a little bit of a hold there. But these linebackers come up and they hit hard for Lake.
Once again, it was Braden Talkington, number 44, that nailed him. Back to live action. That's going to be a completed pass and out of bounds right in the middle of that Golden Eagle sidelines. That'll stop the clock with less than a minute to go in the half. 51 seconds to be exact.
Nice job on the 2-minute drill here by the Golden Eagles.
Nice pass completion there by Evan Chrissy. He's been under pressure a lot, Troy, but has also had some nice plays. This time he's going to run out of trouble. He's going to crank it up and throw deep.
That's a lot of coverage.
As a man out there, throws it into traffic. It's going to be picked off. Lake bringing it the other way and hit out of bounds and hit late.
15. Yeah.
There you go.
There's like 4 flags are coming in on that.
That was Chase Fuller that intercepted it, brought it back, and then out of bounds, hit late. That'll cost him 15 more yards. And as you can see, One of the GlenOak coaches
not happy with his
that.
players. Not happy with his players. I mean, you got flags coming in everywhere. I mean, it wasn't one, you got 3 coming in. I don't think they can penalize him 45 yards, though. But now they're looking right, knocking on the door again, though. Lake got a chance to put one right in here before the half. They're going to be on their side of the field. They're going to be, what, about the 40-yard line, 41?
And Ron DeChellis, the referee. Other officials tonight, Timothy Costello, Isaiah Elliott, Kyle Rasenovich, and Daniel Farr are officials tonight. They move that ball all the way down to the GlenOak 40 on the right hash.
I'm not sure what the referees are talking about now. Should be up another yard. One more yard closer to a touchdown.
Down to the 39.
And now you really wish you had your timeouts if you're Coach DeGeorge.
Let's see what Coach DeGeorge pulls out of the Rabbits hat here, trying to get another score on the board. 28 points here in the second quarter for Lake. Quire, deep drop, throwing deep, has a man out there again, and is
dropped
off the fingertips and incomplete inside the 10-yard line, down at the 7 or 8.
He had him open. He's finding guys. He's putting the ball in the money.
Yeah, from ground level, it's worth another look.
I mean, that's a tough one, but you got to make those catches.
That was Callan Pierce, the junior. I thought maybe would have caught that one off his fingertips. We'll play it again, though, with clock stop, 33 seconds. Ball still at the 39. Quire, another deep drop, and again he's going for the home run ball.
That's going to be
down the sidelines and incomplete at the 5, and a flag goes down as they were trying to hit number 2, Justin Landis.
Yeah, it's going to be pass interference on that one. That's an easy one to call. That's going to put him down inside the 30 now.
There you see Ron DeChellis, head of the crew tonight.
Referees are sorting it out.
Now they're going to wave it off.
Whoa, really? How can you not? That is, wow.
Dan DeGeorge says, wait a minute now.
How is that? They wave it off at you tonight.
He says, I've played this game, and I think that's interference.
He's face guarding the whole way, never looks back. I can't.
Landis says, hey, I think I was interfered with.
He never looks back at the ball at all.
Coach DeGeorge talking to his quarterback, Alex Quire.
And there were 2 flags. It wasn't just one. I mean, that's a tough break.
Third and 10, ball still at the 39. 4-down territory, obviously, for Lake with this big lead. And again, they're going to throw it. Here comes the pressure and another stoppage of play.
Are they going to wave this one off, or?
And that was right over on the Lake sidelines. And there again is Ron DeChellis, who's getting a lot of airtime tonight.
False start. Third penalty on the Blue Streaks.
Going to bring up 3rd and 15. Still 26 seconds left. And this first half is already an hour and 15 minutes long.
Yeah, just haven't been able to get much of a rhythm here. Might get the running clock in the second half.
Quire going to roll left. Here comes the pressure.
This is when he's dangerous.
He's throwing home run ball again into the
not deep enough
end zone, and that lost a little velocity as it got down at about the 10-yard line and drops incomplete.
Well, it's tough trying to throw across your body like that. He had the right idea, but that's just a hard play to make.
And now they're going to bring the punt team on and kick it away here with 18 seconds to go in the half.
See if we ever get to halftime here. Stick around for Akron Auto Auction halftime report, brought to you by our good friends at the Akron Auto Auction.
Right up there in Akron, right off of Kenmore up there, right off of Waterloo Road. Close to my old neighborhood, Troy.
Oh, you grew up in Kenmore?
Not too far. There's the snap and a line drive boot that's going to take a bounce inside the 5 and then into the end zone untouched. That'll bring the ball out to the 20, where Lake will get one more shot with 12 seconds left in the half.
See if they just go into the half or take a few shots downfield.
I think if you're Scott Garcia, maybe you run one play, run the football, and go back and try and regroup a little.
See what'll happen.
GlenOak won the toss. They deferred, so they'll get the football to begin the second half.
Now they are going to run it, and they are going to go into halftime.
They're going to run it, and not much there.
Now that'll bring the
waiting for him was none other than Kyle Hammer that got him for the tackle.
The Hammer.
And that'll do it for the first half. GlenOak led early 7-0. Lake answers with 4 straight touchdowns in the second quarter, and we'll go to halftime with the score: Lake 28 and GlenOak 7.
Speedy Septic Service. We are a family-owned, full-service residential, agricultural, and commercial sewer and drain cleaning service. We have highly trained technicians equipped to utilize the most advanced technologies in high-pressure jetting and video inspections of sewers, with many of them with us for over 12 years. We have expanded our services, including Tuscarawas County operations and maintenance and point-of-sale inspections. Call 330-878-5423. Speedy Septic Service.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
Welcome to Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern, Ohio, your ultimate destination for automotive excellence. Get behind the wheel of your dreams for our exclusive lineup of top quality vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we have something for every driver. Explore our wide selection of premium cars and let our expert team help you find the perfect match. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary at Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern.
There are 87,000 new IRS agents. Fireside Tax is the best accounting value in Stark County. With audit defense and identity theft restoration through Protection Plus, Fireside Tax can help you deal with the new agent. Fireside Tax has been in business for over 18 years and provides tax, accounting, and payroll services, including flat fee accounting and flat fee payroll. Fireside Tax also handles individual and small business income tax returns.
Attention golfers, be sure to visit Willie's Custom Golf in Stroudsburg. Willie's features 3 TrackMan simulators to sharpen your game. Enjoy the outdoor and indoor driving range and browse in our fully stocked pro shop. Private lessons available from our golf professionals. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, Willie's Custom Golf has it all. For
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School. You are watching the big-time sports game of the week, Federal League football. It is Lake 28 and GlenOak 7. And we're going to check highlights right now, Troy, and tell us how it all happened, because GlenOak surprised everybody to take that early 7-0 lead.
Yep, here on our Akron Auto Auction halftime report, you look at the Blue Streak Band. Let's take a look here at our our stats first. GlenOak dominating, Lake dominating every stat category, 78 yards, 52 passing. Took them a while to get started, but when they did, man, our quarterback's got a cannon for the arm and great legs. First down, 7-5. Penalties, got a little sloppy in the second quarter. Turnovers, 2 for Golden Eagles and 1 for the Streaks. And that is your Akron Auto Auction halftime report.
Now it's time to pick up the highlights, and there were a lot of highlights tonight, a lot of scoring, but 28 points of those 35 belong to Lake, and let's watch it again.
Yeah, there's a great one-handed catch by Harrison. That's going to set up the GlenOak Golden Eagle touchdown, their only touchdown of the game. They got 7-0, Joe.
That touchdown pass was to John Hamilton.
But then on the ensuing kickoff, Lake comes right back down the field and gets great field position and gets energized.
That was Chase Fuller.
Yeah, they're not going to waste any time here. Nice quick strike on the drag.
Fuller again.
Yeah, just a sprint to the end zone. You're not going to catch him. We're all tied up at 7. Here they go. Let's answer right back again. Here comes Lake getting to the end zone. Great camera level looking there. At ground level, our guys in image doing it again.
That was Davis Matson.
And you got to kind of field these things, guys. It's kind of a thing. That's a live football, folks. And who wants it? You want it. I don't want it. Maybe Lake wants it. And that's going to set it up here for the Blue Streaks again to get a turnover.
Now the ball was stripped by Gavin Salswimmer and picked up by Lake.
Great throwback all the way. He's standing all alone by his lonesome in the end zone for a touchdown. Another strike again.
Yeah.
Right down the pipes. And Lake's going to hit pay dirt once again. That's how we get to 28-7, Joe. As you see it here, scrambling. But look at it here again. You're seeing a different angle of him. He just keeps on his feet. Just connects on some deep balls.
That was Chase Fuller. That touchdown pass before that was to Cole Landerman, who made a nice catch with his hands.
And then that was all wasted because Lake coughs it up, gives it back to Golden Eagle. They're going to try a heave before the half, and that's going to be picked off.
Chase Fuller with the interception.
Yeah.
And then the late hit.
Yep, late hit, tack on 15. And that's going to bring us to our halftime, Joe.
A lot of halftime highlights. Hope you enjoyed watching those. We're going to take a break. A long way to go in halftime. A long way to go in this game. It is Lake 28 and GlenOak 7. We're back on Big Time Sports right after this.
The newly remodeled 30-acre Akron Auto Auction, located at 2471 Lay Drive in Akron. Our weekly auction starts at 9 a.m. every Tuesday. Our public auction offers repossessions and U.S. government vehicles. Akron Auto Auction makes buying and selling with confidence as effortless as possible. We're open to dealers and the public. Check current weekly inventory or learn more at akronautauction.com or call 330-773-8245. Introducing Pizza Oven, a legacy since 1956. For decades, we've delighted taste buds with our authentic flavors. Indulge in our scrumptious menu, carefully crafted to satisfy every craving. From crispy pizzas to fresh salads, tender chickens to savory pasta, we have it all. Visit pizzaoven56.com and experience the taste of tradition at your fingertips. Pizza Oven, serving Northeast Ohio at our 10 locations.
LodgeVision Technologies is a locally owned IT service management group in Winesburg, Ohio. If your small business has technology needs ranging from workstation setups to network management, filtering, and cybersecurity, LodgeVision Technologies has the team and experience to create a solution unique to your business. Our goal is to simplify your business by taking the complexity and difficulty out of technology. Contact LodgeVision Technologies and experience a true peace of mind with all of your technology needs.
Dumont Sporting Goods has been outfitting winning teams since 1977. Put Doug Clark and his experienced staff to work for your team. See them for school jackets, silk screening, and embroidery. Dumont's is especially proud to be your exclusive area Russell Athletic Team Specialist. All of the name brands you love close to home. That's Dumont's Sporting Goods on Tuscarawas Avenue in downtown Dover. Team Specialist since 1977.
Vitamins and minerals, feeding champions since 1983.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School as we get ready for the second half kickoff, brought to you as always by Van Nostrand, Young & Cooch, reminding you that home replacement values have skyrocketed. Have you checked your homeowner's insurance coverage lately? Now the time is to check it out, and the guys to check it with are Van Nostrand, Young & Cooch. They can help. They're an independent family-owned insurance agency.
Will Van Nostrand, he always tunes into our Big Time Sports TV games. We love having Will and Van Nostrand, Young & Cooch on. I tell you, if you're trying to, help your parents with their insurance, if they're getting a little older, I do with my mom. Van Nostrand, Young & Cooch has made that great customer service. You can't ask for anything better.
Braden Talkington will kick it off for Lake, and he is going to drill that one into the end zone, where GlenOak will now take over 1st and 10 as we get ready for second half action with Lake up 28-7.
Yeah, right there you're seeing, they actually caught that one. It was 3 yards deep in the end zone, but they caught it.
After GlenOak, the only way to get back in this is to throw the football, but that Lake defense has been tough. After giving up that touchdown back in the first quarter, Lake's defense has really shut down this GlenOak offense.
Yeah, GlenOak wants to try to, put together a drive here, show what you got, show you got some fight here, try to build on this for your next game. And
not much there.
It. Yeah, they fumbled the handoff and lost 5 yards.
They got to push it back close to the 15 on the Altman replay.
Yeah, he tries to pull it out on the exchange, and nice job of just getting on the football. Going to bring up second and 10.
That was Gavin Salzwimmer, who was right there, almost ready to pick it up. Number 54 for Lake. Boy, a lot of big hitters on this Lake defense. None of them really great size, Troy. They range from about 215 to 220, but they are solid football players.
Yeah, they get to the football with an attitude. They're agile, and I just like how they move so well. So nice pickup there. Going to bring up 3rd and 11 here, just straight ahead handoff. They just not getting much movement up front.
No.
Is GlenOak. The size and the speed of this Lake front 5-6 is pretty dominant.
Lake with 5 seniors on that defensive unit, so you got a lot of guys coming back next year. Going to try and throw. Here comes the rush. Going to run out of it. Trying to hit the sidelines. He's going to turn the corner, go upfield, and he'll have a first down.
First down.
Nice scramble there by Evan Chrissy to get the GlenOak first down on their first possession here in the second half. They need more of that.
That's what he does so well, is he's so elusive with his feet. You want to try to flex him out of the pocket. I'm surprised they don't try to run some little option with him with the way he can run the football.
1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles to 31. Going to run it again toward the sidelines, and going to be pushed out of bounds, and now a flag goes down. Maybe a little extra there by Lake, and that will cost them yardage.
Yep, you're going to tack on 15. That's going to be another GlenOak first down. It's getting a little chippy out there. Hopefully we've seen a WWF choke out already tonight. Yeah, so tack on 15. That's our 2nd or 3rd personal foul tonight. Referees want to make sure they keep a hold of this. You don't want to see anything like that happen at a high school game.
Ron DeChellis there making the call. Another first down on this drive for GlenOak. One via the scramble, and now another one via the penalty right at midfield. GlenOak trying to get back in it. Going to throw it out, a little swing pass, and it's going to get him a quick 8 yards.
Nice play there. I like that, bringing him out of the orbit motion, giving him a chance to catch, but you're going to get a holding call, so that's going to come back. So, but I like the concept of getting the ball on the run, getting the ball some momentum on the Altman replay, but it's going to be all for naught, as that's another 10-yard penalty.
There's Ron DeChellis again, who's getting a lot of camera time tonight.
Maybe he should pay us for some advertising. If you want to advertise on Big Time Sports, give our marketing department a call, 330-204-2976. Don't forget, girls coaches out there, you want to nominate your female athlete of the week, send that email to teachcoach75@yahoo.com. That's teachcoach75@yahoo.com.
1st and 20. Breaking a little contain, and down the sidelines he goes. That's going to be a big play and another first down for GlenOak. And the guy that got him for him was the quarterback, who's done a pretty good job tonight, Evan Chrissy.
Does a nice job here on the run. Does number 10 here for GlenOak, carrying the football. Look how patient he is. He zigs, he zags. He doesn't just hit it up in there. He tries to find his hole down field, and that is
DeMarlo Rozier. I think I said that was Chris. That was Rozier, number 10, that got the football. And down he went for another first down. Their third on this possession.
Now the question is, can they hold on to the football and finish a drive?
Well, they're using clock. They're already down to 9.5 to go here in the third quarter.
Having a hard time with the snap, just fumbling it.
GlenOak with the first touchdown of the game, and they led at 7-0. Lake answered with 28 in the second quarter.
There's that little cross counter again. No, this time no one's over penetrating for Lake. They're staying home, and they're getting him for a 1-yard loss. And that time, when you run around that counter action, when teams over penetrate, defensive linemen want to penetrate to the heels of the offensive lineman and then squeeze it in. And a great job there. Textbook on the Altman replay. Going to bring up 3rd and 11 here for the Golden Eagles.
And I believe that was Angelo Wood who made the tackle. He's got jersey number 39, but his helmet has number 84. So we're going to go with Angelo Wood. Oh. Nice tackle from the backside.
Nice play there by number 47. That's hammer time. And you know what? When Hammer makes the tackle, you got to have a big Mount Hope defensive players. He's going to get a sack, one of the first we've seen tonight. Hammer just running him down from the backside, wraps him up. Going to bring up 4th and 20 for GlenOak. They're going to go for it.
Well, they're down 28-7. Nothing to lose here.
No.
Got to go for it. Try and get back in this as quick as they can. Chrissy, little swing pass. They got some running room. Lake defense trying to converge, and they will. Pretty good play, but it's going to be about 9 yards short of the first down, and the Blue Streaks will take over for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, nice play. Just too much bridge too far to try to get downfield there. Nice job of getting it through the big paw that was stuck up there on the Altman replay. Good swarm tackling by GlenOak. Now Lake going to see what they can do here with their first possession of the second half.
Dan DeGeorge with one final word there to his quarterback. Alex Quire has gone the entire way. As a senior, has done a good job. As you mentioned, good strong arm by this young guy.
I bet they wish he was just a junior. Oh, nice lane.
Pitch it out wide. This is Matson. He's going to have a first down plus a couple more over the 40 to the 42. Matson, a 205-pound junior.
Well, look how the hole just opens up in here. They get some kick-out blocks, get a lead up through. I mean, he's gone 7 yards before even a Golden Eagle can converge on him as they pick up yet another first down.
Take a look at this Lake offensive group. They only have 4 seniors. It's a fairly young football team right now for Lake. Ball up at the 42, 1st and 10.
They're only going to get better.
Pitch out wide. Looks like this is Matson again. They're going to get him right around the shoe tops and bring him down after a short gain. Maybe a yard, maybe 2 at the most. But that was the right side of that GlenOak defense. They come up and made the stop.
Yeah, tackle wasn't, looked like trying to pull the guard on that big number 79 for Lake. That's coming out there on the Lake roster. That's Hoover, Landon Hoover, 6'5", 300. It's a big man moving downfield.
Short gain of only 1 to the 43, where Lake has it 2nd and 9. Quire, fumble, tried to get it to Matson, and let's see who has it. One of the Blue Streaks, I think, is there to pick it up.
Lake's going to come up with
it. And a flag goes down. Saw that came out to the right side of the screen.
Yeah, it was a late flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is all about.
He wasn't even in on the...
No, that was away from the play. I think that's Isaiah Elliott, one of the officials, talking to Ron DeChellis. And this one is a personal foul face mask against GlenOak. And that, as you mentioned, Troy, was away from the play.
Yeah, and that's just going to give Lake a fresh set of downs here. And we're going to have one on Lake as well. Or was it never?
He pointed toward GlenOak. Maybe he meant Lake.
They're still trying to figure out. So that's going to back it up.
Officials trying to explain things to Dan DeGeorge.
He's probably still thinking one of my players gets choked out. That's going to back it way up here for Lake. See if we can pick up the face mask.
Yeah, the face mask is way, way back up field. We see the fumble, which is recovered by Lake. And they bring the football back to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and long.
I think Lake's going to let this run down to 0-1 and then call a timeout.
There you see Dan DeGeorge. And he's going to call the timeout and stop play with 6:12 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
He wants to talk to a referee, maybe.
We're going to take a break. It's Lake 28, GlenOak 7. We're back right after this timeout.
Treat your family to the best in dining pleasure at Chibo's Restaurant in Waynesburg. The very best in homemade pasta, rigatoni, and spaghetti will delight your appetite. And the homemade rolls and bread are menu favorites. Visit Chibo's once and you'll become a regular. Other popular items like chicken, ham, and veal parmesan highlight our menu. Take the short drive to great food at Chibo's in Waynesburg.
At Wayne Door, we are your trusted partner in helping you build your dream home with quality technicians who pay attention to every detail so you won't have to pay costly future repairs. At Wayne Door, we only install high-quality products to protect your family for generations to come. We have your whole house covered with garage doors, windows, and more. So choose the team at Wayne Door. People you can trust since 1973. Visit WayneDoor.com for a free quote today.
Unleash the champion in you at T County Boxing Academy. From beginners to seasoned pros, our classes are tailored for every age and skill level. Get ready to jab, hook, and cross your way to greatness with our expert trainers. Join a community where everyone is welcome to embrace the power within. It's not just a workout, it's a journey to a stronger, more confident you. T County Boxing Academy, where champions are made. Sign up now and step into the ring of endless possibilities.
The all-new 2026 Chevy Equinox is here at Bear Chevrolet Toyota. Sleek, smart, and ready for summer fun. With advanced tech, bold styling, and room for the whole crew, it's the perfect ride for every adventure. Stop in today, take a spin, and see why everyone's talking about the new Equinox. Bear Chevrolet Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Right Mark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Right Mark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School. You're watching the Big Time Sports Game of the Week right here at GlenOak High School. Lake with 28 unanswered points in the 2nd quarter. And they lead it right now 28-7 as we play midway through the 3rd. 6:12 exact to go in the 3rd. And Lake will have it 3rd and long at their own 27, trying to come up with a big play and hang on to the football.
Thought I saw Jeff Durbin maybe down there on the sidelines. Kind of hard to tell from all up here. Up there, I think it might be. I'm not quite sure if that's him or not. Hands behind his back up top.
Quire, 4-step drop, now in trouble, going to scramble out of there. Looking for somebody, now throws it downfield, and it is caught.
He caught it.
They're going to be short of the 1st down. They're going to bring up a 4th and about 3 or 4, but a good scramble and a completion.
Actually, it's going to be about 14 because
the
that was just to get to the first hash.
I saw the first chain. It's got to go all the way down to the GlenOak 48 for the 1st down. So it's another punting situation for Lake, and they'll punt it away from their own 26.
Special teams always an adventure for GlenOak.
Hairston back to return the kick.
Always dangerous.
He had the one-handed grab that we watched back in the first half. High booming punt.
That just hung. Good fair catch.
Fair catch, fumbled and picked up by GlenOak finally after it was back and forth. A couple of exchanges and the GlenOak Golden Eagles finally get it.
GlenOak caught a break there. That could have been popped in the hands right into the end zone of Blue Streaks.
He reached up and called for the fair catch, Troy, then forgot to catch it.
Hey, right there. Oh, he tries to go over the shoulder. Willie Mays. We saw that week 1, Joe. Indian Valley versus Green, where the Indian Valley, where the Green punt returner did it, and that cost them the game.
I think that was Shannon Billetier who wanted to pick it up and take it the other way and bounced out of his hands. And if you're a GlenOak fan or coach, that was fortunate to get it back. GlenOak has it 1st and 10 at their own 18 with just under 5 minutes to go in the third. They're going to run the football and short yardage over the 20 to the 21. They had success running the football in their first possession here at the half, Troy. They come right back to it.
Oh, don't forget, Joe, we got to pick our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game. Our Player of the Game will receive a free month-long cryo pass at iCryo, conveniently located at Belden Village. Red light therapy, infrared saunas. A lot of people talk about the different IVs they have over there. They've got, if you're an athlete or you're just trying to recover or just try to slow the aging process, iCryo and Belden Village is where you want to go.
Going to throw for it, throws downfield, it's caught. Right at the 25, maybe to the 26. Brought down immediately, but that was John Hamilton with the reception.
Well, they catch it, but the DBs and the linebackers are just, they get away at the hold up top there, but they just are right there to close, so there's no room to run.
I was thinking, Troy, go over there and play a little pickleball, then head over and get the sauna.
And that's what I do. I go to the gym, hit the gym, lift, then I go to iCryo for recovery. Oh, it's going to get the first.
GlenOak again. That may have been a face mask, and it was. I think I saw that the same time the official did, Troy, and that went down right at the 27. I'd be surprised if this is anything but a face mask penalty on Lake.
See what they call here.
Looked like they reached in and grabbed it. And this again is Ron DeCellis with the call.
Another personal foul.
Yep. And that's going to move it upfield. If you're GlenOak, you'd like to take advantage of this because you still have a long way to go in this football game. You're down 28-7, but a touchdown here gets you a little bit closer, keeps you in the game. 1st and 10 at the 44, and the officials come in and.
Be nice if we get in a good rhythm here without a penalty being called about every 4 or 5 plays. But there's, I mean, it's obvious calls you got to make.
Throw, and that is complete.
That'll keep the clock running.
Up at the 48-yard line.
Patterson there with a nice catch.
Tamarian Patterson, the sophomore.
He's got to go to the ground for it, but he does a nice job getting his hands underneath it, keeping the catch.
That was Cole Rader defensively for Lake. That's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Another throw down the middle, another diving catch at the 39. That's going to be complete.
Another first down.
GlenOak moving the football here in the second half.
Well, they have shown the ability to move it at times. It's just trying to put together that 10, 12 play consistent drive without a penalty, without the turnover. That's the big thing that the Golden Eagles have to work on.
Evan Chrissy. Pretty impressive here in this third quarter, throwing the football, directing traffic. Going to hand it off. Nice cut there into the open field, into the second level, down inside the 20, down to the 18.
That's a nice young man. Carrying it downfield there, toting the rock, is number 5 there for GlenOak. That is McClendon. It's a big boy carrying the ball.
6'1", 200 pounds. There they come again, and
takes a host of Blue Streaks to bring him down.
Yeah, they got him at the 20, and he drove forward to the 18, avoiding a 2-yard loss. And we're coming up to 2:24 to go in the third quarter.
GlenOak still trying to play with a little bit of tempo here. He's just dragging him along for a ride. That's a big man run there.
That's Kyle Hammer that he took for a ride.
That don't happen very much.
No.
Hammer's usually looking to make the nail.
Exactly. Pretty good drop. Now a scramble into that second level.
It's dangerous.
At the 15, turns the corner. At the 10, at the 9, and out of bounds at about the 6. Took a big hit, but he's got a first and goal.
Yep, good job. Yeah, I like this quarterback when he can scramble, if he can stay on his feet and stay healthy. He is dangerous. He's electric out there.
He's got some quick feet, Troy, and that time he scrambled away from trouble, turned the corner, and got a pretty good block there in the corner.
I think he might be injured on the sideline. We're going to have an injury timeout.
That was Cadron Saunders, number 14, that got a pretty good block, but there you see the injured quarterback for the Golden Eagles, Evan Chrissy.
Yeah, he's going to have to come
I think
out.
that's a cramp. I think they're trying to work that one out.
Want to thank our friends at iCrowd, sponsoring the iCrowd Stone Cold Player of the Game. How Swiss Festival is next week, 72nd annual Swiss Festival. Joe, that is hard to believe. Hot Shots Pickleball, you're looking to play pickleball, pick up the game. You got a child. I'm looking at some of them, they're 3, 4 years old out there playing pickleball. Great hand-eye coordination sport, something you can play your entire life. That's Hot Shot Pickleball, conveniently located in North Canton.
Heard a lot of good things about that sport and have never tried it myself. My son has tried it and loves it, so
it's fun.
Pretty good endorsement there.
It's fun, it's great. My cousin, she got me started in it. My uncle has a nice facility out in Montana, and it's a pretty fun game. Quarterback taking his time to get over to the sidelines here. Hope we have enough tape for this.
Well, we're 1:58 to go in the third, and you're looking at GlenOak quarterback Evan Chrissy, who just scrambled for a first down, got a little cramp over there on the sidelines, and now trying to work his way back to the friendly territory of the GlenOak sidelines.
Yeah, he's getting some water and might not have been hydrated. And that's the thing. Tell your young players, you got to stay hydrated. It might not seem hot, but it is.
Yeah, it's been hot all week. We don't have any rain, I think, in the forecast till maybe Tuesday. Low snap, they're going to pick it up. Good handoff, 5
right
to the end zone. Touchdown, GlenOak.
Nice job, man. They're just patient. They're not big gaping holes, but the hole develops. And they're doing a nice job here picking apart this GlenOak defense with the run and everything. That's just a nice run right up the gut.
Yeah, I think that was Derico Jordan maybe that got the touchdown. We'll check on that, but new quarterback, handoff, touchdown, and suddenly it's 28-13.
Yeah, we were looking at a running clock, you know, right before the half, and now GlenOak's trying to cut this to a 2-score game.
PAT coming right now. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is perfect. So 1:53 on the clock in the third quarter, and GlenOak has scored, and they lead it 28-14.
How Swiss Festival next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Just a short 45-minute drive down I-77. They've got something for everyone. Rides for the kids, food, apple fritters, Swiss cheese, barbecue chicken, just the best you're going to find. And that's the Ohio Swiss Festival in Sugar Creek.
That barbecue chicken sounds pretty good.
Oh, folks, and you know what? Tax season's coming up. Save your money from the government. They're spending billions of dollars to try to get your cash. Go into Fireside Tax. That's firesidetax.com. Tim Singo and his crew, located over in Perry Township. That's who I use. I go in there. They do an amazing job. Just a great job at Fireside Tax. I've been going to Tim Singo for about 10 or 12 years now. And he's been in business for almost 20. And just a local guy. He's got the best accountants in the area. And it's the best you're going to find for your dollar.
Zach Novak, Chase Fuller back to return this kickoff for Lake. Sean Leahy will tee it up and boot it away. So if you're Scott Garcia, you're looking for a quick 3 and out by Lake to get your offense back on the field. It's playing really well now. It's a line drive right down middle of the field. Is going to bounce and picked up there at the 5. Coming right up the middle, going to turn the corner. He's not going to get there. GlenOak there with good special teams play brings him down at the 22. Brother Spark at the 17, I'm sorry.
Great special teams play there by GlenOak. You know, if they can force a turnover here, force that 3 and out, they've shown the ability this second half to move move the football. As you take a look at the Altman replay. Great special teams player. We don't get to say that too much for the GlenOak Golden Eagles, but they come up big there with the tackle.
That was Chase Fuller that tried to turn that corner, and GlenOak was there to bring him down. And pretty good defensive field position for GlenOak if they can come up with a stop here. See what Dan DeGeorge wants to do here offensively. Choir going to throw a little bubble screen out there. Pretty good yardage. He's going to have a first down close to the 30.
Going to get knocked out of bounds, but
going to be short.
They're going to say he's short, yeah. Or no, they're going to say let's
no, that's a first down. I thought he got to the 30, and there go the chains. They're moving it across the way, and it's going to be a Lake first down.
That's their first down here of the second half. Going to stop the clock.
Yeah, that play was blown dead, and now with 1:41 in the third, Lake has it 1st and 10 at the 28. Choir again, another bubble screen the other way, and that's going to be incomplete.
Another case of the drops. We saw this is how they started the first half. And they made some great catches, but you got to catch the football. I know it sounds easy, but it's difficult when you got those players flying up at you here. Lake's not going to waste any time.
Number 22 that had it, then dropped it. So 2nd and 10 for Clake. Only took about 4 seconds off the clock. We're down to 1:37 in the third. Lake trying to regain that momentum they had in that second quarter. Sideline pass and overthrows his receiver, who got hit right there at the 38. That's incomplete.
And right now, Lake in danger of just giving this ball on a quick 3 and out, only taking about 8 seconds off the clock, giving it right back to GlenOak, who's got some momentum and some confidence right now.
That was Quinn Snyder, the 6'4" wide receiver that got hit right in the middle of the back as he went up and tried to haul that one in. So now it's 3rd and long, and suddenly Lake needs a big play to hang on to the football. They're going to have to give it right back to the Golden Eagles. Quarterback Alex Choir going to keep it, going to scramble out of there.
Good
and
draw.
He is going to have the first down and more. Stays on his feet at midfield. And now leaps over one player, then gets hit hard.
So they're
the
going to say the ground caused the fumble?
I think they're going to say he was, no, they're going to give it to GlenOak.
Wow, GlenOak with a big turnover after a huge run by Lake.
That was
another turnover.
Alex Choir, who leaped over one of the Golden Eagles, then lost control of the football. And all of a sudden, momentum is on the GlenOak sidelines. They've got the football back, down 28-14.
Let's see if the ground causes the fumble on this. He's going to get upended. Ball still there. Yeah, the ground obviously causes the fumble. And nope, they're going to give it. What did you think on that, Joe?
I thought it came down and the ball popped loose when he hit the ground.
Yeah, I think they're giving that to GlenOak.
No replay. There's
Yeah.
Dan DeGeorge pacing the sidelines. He didn't get as good a look as we did. Here comes GlenOak running the football again. Again, they get into that second level with a big gain. Boy, the front 4 or 5 of this GlenOak offensive line starting to do a good thing right now.
Here's the fumble again. Yeah, the ground causes it.
Well, maybe there's a ball out. I don't know. That was close.
It looks like it comes out as he hits the ground. But yeah, the referees, they don't have the thing of having the replay.
They don't have
like
image video doing the work for them.
No, this is a big play here for GlenOak.
Well, if they don't make it,
I'd go for it.
Does Scott Garcia go for it on 4th down?
I take the quarter and I think about it and go for it.
Big play right now. GlenOak has had success running the football. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here.
You've left your linemen in their stance for a little bit of time, though. That's tough to.
They're going to run it, and they are not going to get there. They're going to take it to midfield, where it'll be 4th and about 2.
Yeah, and you see, I think they left their linemen in too long there in the stance and too quick to come out. But I think you just take the quarter here, think about it, and get your perfect play.
I think you're right. Scott Garcia right down on the sidelines talking to one of his assistant coaches as the clock runs down, and that will be it for the third quarter. Third quarter belonged all to GlenOak with the only touchdown of the quarter. But we move to the fourth quarter with the score, Lake 28 and GlenOak 14.
Beaver Constructors is a full-service general contractor delivering top-notch commercial construction management, general contracting, and design-build services across Ohio. We prioritize doing things the right way, ensuring the highest quality in every project from critical infrastructure to facility improvements. Beaver Excavating excels in heavy civil contracting for commercial, industrial, and transportation sectors. We believe in making a positive impact through community involvement and client satisfaction.
It's always that personal touch that they know you.
Primetime has people that can help you through every step of the way, and when you're my age, you need that extra help.
You don't want a lot of questioning when you're already dealing with a medical issue. Primetime is trying to help us get down the road as long as we can.
And if you're not in the right situation, a senior can lose everything. I feel with Primetime we picked the best program.
Certified by the American Lighting Association, Furbay's Light Shop is your go-to for all lighting needs, residential, commercial, or industrial. Our experts assist with every detail, from bulb size and fixture type to designing layouts. Visit us for hands-on displays showcasing various fixtures, or log in to furbay.com/lightshop. Let us help you visualize the perfect light for your space. Whether you need advice or want to explore lighting options, stop by or log in to Furbay's Light Shop today and see how we can brighten your project.
Welcome to PAC Oil Drilling, your local energy partner. Embrace the benefits of domestic oil production with us. We pride ourselves on safe and environmentally responsible practices, ensuring minimal impact on Ohio's beautiful landscape. Our dedicated team is committed to meeting energy demands while preserving nature's beauty. PAC Drilling is a big supporter of high school athletics and academics. We wish our athletes the very best on the field and in the classroom.
At Mears Nissan, we make car buying easy. We want our customers to have a pleasant buying experience from start to finish. We offer a comfortable and welcoming space where you can feel confident making your purchase. Family owned and operated for over 35 years, we're proud to offer family-friendly financing options designed to fit your budget. Don't just take our word for it. Take a look at some of our happy customers. So if you're planning on buying a new or used car or truck, look no further than Mears Nissan in Canton, and let our family take care of yours.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richards is back at GlenOak High School as we move to the fourth quarter. And Troy, suddenly, we've got a football game.
We got a football game here, and this is the problem. You know, if you're a Lake Blue Streak fan, you know, you leave a team hang around here in our Kimball Recycling replay. You see a great sack there by Lake, but not going to matter. It's GlenOak's going to find the end zone on our quarter recycling recap. You can't leave a team, good, bad, or ugly, hang around, because crazy things can happen as you see them force the turnover here, getting upended at the end.
Fourth down, and Lake is all over it. They tried to hand it off and run over the left side, and Lake said, not here tonight. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, that got blown up in the backfield.
So Lake takes over in great field position early here in the fourth quarter, leading 28-14. And they stopped that one right at the 47, between the 47 and the 48.
Now, if I'm Lake, I'm keeping the ball on the ground.
Trying to run some clock?
Yeah, trying to run some clock and just playing keep away with it.
You know, they wanted to run the football because they've had success doing that. This time, just Lake won it. Won the play, and now they take over 1st and 10. Alex Quire going to hand it off. Looks like this is Matson. Going to get 5 or 6 quick yards down close to the 41.
Nice run by Matson. He's definitely a candidate for our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the game.
He's run hard, had a nice touchdown run. Alex Quire has also played well. So a gain of 6 quick yards.
I'd just follow the beef of this offensive line of Lake.
They always have big linemen at Lake.
That's a good weight program. Will do that for you.
Well, they got size to begin with. They just get them bigger and stronger. Big hole in that left side. And Matson again spins away from a tackle and gets down inside the 25 to the 24. Good second effort by Davis Matson.
I tell you, I like how strong this young man runs. He twists, he turns, but he'll lower his shoulder, put a foot in your chest, and pick up some yards.
You may have called it, Troy. I think Dan DeGeorge says, hey, let's keep it on the ground. Let's let our offensive line open some holes. Let's use some clock and get into the end zone.
See if we can't wear down a little bit of this GlenOak defense.
Exactly. 1st and 10 at the 24 for this Lake offense. It already has 28 points on the board. Matson again. Not much there, but he'll get it down to the 21.
Nice carry there. He's still going to pick up. Nice job winning first down. He manages to pick up 3 yards. Stand right on time. Take some time off the clock. Take it down to about 10 minutes. Good hole up front. Finds it. He's a very patient runner. Doesn't try to force things.
He did not play. I don't think he played the first couple games for Lake. He was injured. Then he came back just in time because they have lost Ty to George, one of the better players in the Federal League.
See, Lake's got to take their time here. They're still snapping the ball with 9 seconds on the play clock.
Going to run it again inside the 20, down to close to the 18-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and long, but they are definitely in 4-down territory, and I don't think they're going to settle for a field goal. Maybe they will. We'll see.
There you see again, just a nice job. He's got to earn every yard he gets because GlenOak is showing some fight here. They're trying to hang around, trying to force that turnover.
GlenOak trying to strip the football, somehow get it back for the offense. 3rd and 5, under 10 minutes to go in the game.
Oh.
Quire going to keep it this time, rolling the short side of the field, throws into the end zone.
Caught it.
And it is caught for a Lake touchdown.
They were gonna throw pass interference on the defense, but since he caught it, they're not gonna bother taking the flag out.
And let's see who caught the football. Looks like that was number 3. That is Zach Novak, the senior at 6'3", 195. Caught it off the hands of Alex Quire. Touchdown Lake.
Yeah, on the Papa Bears big play replay, I think the back might have gone the wrong way, but doesn't matter as he does a nice job pulling in on that football. I think Lake, they've dropped some easy ones, but man, they have caught some hard passes. And a great job by this receiving corps for the Blue Streaks. One thing I like is that the quarterback, he's spreading the ball around.
Yeah.
He's not finding 1 or 2 receivers. He's hitting 4 or 5 different targets tonight on your Pete Sullivan scoreboard.
Braden Talkington with the PAT, and it is 35-14 Lake with 9:15 to go in the game.
Don't forget, we're picking our iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game. That iCryo Stone Cold Player of the Game will receive a free month-long cryo pass from iCryo in Belden Village. We want to thank them. They've got red light therapy. They've got the cryotherapy. They've got localized cryotherapy. They've got the injections, the infusions, the different vitamin shots, everything you want at iCryo in Belden Village. I'm there usually 2 or 3 times a week at it. And let me tell you folks, it helps so much for the recovery, and it only takes about 3.5 minutes to get what you need. I know a lot of cross-country runners go in the ice bath for 20 minutes. Go to iCryo, get the same thing done in 3.5, and you're ready to go. Hard to believe cross-country season's going to be wrapping up. Next week's the county meet here at GlenOak.
Well, it starts early.
It starts early, and 2 weeks going to be the league meets coming up as well.
And we're already in the middle of the regular season for high school football. So once it begins, it seems to fly by every year.
Every year it seems to get quicker and quicker, but you got to love high school football. It's an American tradition, and it's one of the things that makes our country great, separates us from the Europeans.
Little squib kick right down the middle of the field. That was Lachlan Baker, I believe, that squibbed that one down to the middle of the field, where GlenOak will take it over 1st and 10 with 9:13 left to go in the game. We talked about some of the big games around the county tonight. Hoover over at Louisville. Green was at Jackson. McKinley at Perry. Lakewood St. Ed's was over at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium against Massillon. Fairless was down at Orville. East Canton going for 5 in a row down at Ridgewood. And how about head coach Zach Slates in his first year at Minerva, going for win number 4 tonight against Aquinas.
Yeah, and you'd think he would get, I mean, Aquinas got beat by Tuskegee Central Catholic. So I would think that Minerva should get the win tonight. And Coach Slates has done a great job. 4 wins there. Might be more than they've had total if you had the last 4 or 5 years combined.
I think the last time they had won 4-1, I think, was back in 2012, if I remember right.
But I mean, you could combine their last 5 or 6 seasons, and they might not have 4 wins.
Of course, we were down at their stadium last year, Troy, and that looks like they were playing football in that back in the 30s.
Yeah.
That's an old stadium.
But I'll tell you what, it's a nice stadium.
I like it down there, to be honest with you. I like that type of old feel to it, but first time I've been down to Minerva as we watched a first down there by GlenOak.
Seating's pretty good down there.
Yes.
I mean, it's
we were down there for a playoff game, I think, in week 12.
Yeah, we had Garraway South Range down there.
GlenOak in a hurry right now, trying to get it going. Big hole and another run and another first down. Another big push ahead by this GlenOak offensive line, and Scott Garcia may have found something for the future because they're starting to really push hard on that offensive front.
Yeah, they're doing a good job on their reads here with this offense. Lake's not getting set defensively, and that's one of the reasons. GlenOak playing at tempo. Lake's not able to get set defensively.
Another quick snap and another positive run by the Golden Eagles. Gain of about 3.
And maybe this is how Lake wants to play, you know, try to make it chaotic. Try to make the defense have to adjust on the fly and see what happens.
There you take a look at the GlenOak offense. That was Evan Chrissy there, ready to run the play. Looking sidelines, going to throw into the end zone and overthrows everybody. Incomplete.
Yeah, I think might have been a little miscommunication there between the receiver and the quarterback as he took a Hail Mary shot. Got him 3rd and 7 now for GlenOak. He's got a lot of protection, Joe. He's got plenty of time to throw. He can sit in the pocket, wait, allow the play to develop, but I also love how he can scramble. They might want to try a draw with him as well.
Evan Christie going over and getting the play, and he'll bring it back in and try and execute exactly what they want here on 3rd and 7 at the 33. Looks right. Trying to scramble, and now he's going to throw it in desperation out of bounds.
And I think that's going to be intentional grounding, maybe.
I haven't seen a flag yet, but obviously he was trying to get rid of it. And there's Evan Chrissy, who had a cramp about 4 or 5 minutes ago, and he's down flat in his back right now. Not sure what happened. We were watching the end of that play, and Chrissy went down. And
the last time he went out, GlenOak scored a touchdown. So he's got to come out for a play here. He just gets brought down by a host of Lakers. They're going to be working on him. Looks like a little bit. I think they're looking at his head.
That was Aaron Mitchell for Lake. Junior linebacker that got him up high and brought him down.
Yeah. Looks like we could be here for a bit.
Well, next week we'll be over at Lake High School for another Federal League game. This one will be the Jackson Polar Bears, who are hosting Green tonight. Boy, Green came into that game 1-3. We talked before the game, Troy. They very easily could have a couple more wins. They've lost a couple close games.
Yeah, Green has been right there, and they just can't seem to. I mean, they start out with Indian Valley and probably Mr. Football and Grady Kinsey. I mean, that's just not that's a tough start to play, and they're really, you know, just a couple bad plays away from, you know, pulling that upset.
There you get a look at junior quarterback Evan Chrissy coming off the field, takes that helmet off, and he'll maybe sit for a play or two and get back in.
But it's a big 4th down decision here for GlenOak.
4th and 7 at the Lake 33. Lake up 35-14 with 8 minutes to go. They'll throw for it under pressure, trying to hit the sidelines. Now he's going to run, and
he's going to go out of bounds.
I believe he's out of bounds.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds way before the 1st down.
Yeah, he tried to tiptoe down the sidelines to get to the chain and didn't get there. That was Connor Wilson, the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and just a sophomore being thrown in this situation, you got to stay in bounds and just try to know where the sticks are and try to pick up that 1st down.
So that's going to turn it over, and Lake's going to get it back with 7:54 to go in the game, up 35-14. And I'm guessing they're going to keep the ball in the ground and just run some clock and get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they're going to try to grind this out as much as they can.
Lake trying to win number 5 to open up the season at 5-0. Next week, the Jackson Polar Bears will be in, and that's always a big rivalry. Jackson and Lake, for years, their youth teams played against each other for championships, and those kids know each other well.
And that's also, you know, a lot of computer points on the line for both those teams.
That's right.
Jackson being a Division I school, Lake being undefeated. even though they're Division II, still a lot of points in the line. You know what? You're starting to look here at seeding for the playoffs. Now they've dropped it to only 12 teams making the playoffs, down from 16.
Another positive run there by Davis Matson.
Letting you pick the iCryo Stone Cold Player of the game, Joe.
We'll talk it over. I love your input. Of course, you like to go for those interior linemen, since you were one years ago.
You gotta give love for the big men up front.
Matson again. He'll turn the corner, run toward the sidelines, takes on one of the Golden Eagles. And that is a positive play of 4 yards, but that'd be fun to watch that one again because he took him on right there at the sidelines.
Yeah, that's a collision. The only thing Coach George isn't going to like about this is the fact that he went out of bounds. Boom. You want to try to stay in bounds here. He didn't go down there. He lowers his shoulder. He's going to bring the pain because you want to stay in bounds and keep that clock running.
Yeah, the clock stopped with 7:15 to go. Some of the fans have headed toward the exits, but a lot of them are sticking around watching some high school football here on a Friday night. Quire going to keep it himself. Tries to spin out of trouble. It's going to be a big gain. Now he goes down and avoids the hit and keeps the clock going. Nice move there by the quarterback, Alex Quire.
Oh, no, he didn't get the first down.
Boy, I thought he had it. I think he thought he had it.
Yeah, I think that's why, looking at the Altman replay, nice job of tucking the ball away. I think that's one of the reasons he went down, as you said, Joe. He thought he had the first down, but now, you can take this down to about 6:20 here before you got to snap it.
They're not going to give it up. I mean, they'll try. If they don't get it here, they'll try in the 4th down. They want to keep the clock moving.
Yeah, they're snapping of so much time on the clock.
And that's
a first
Matson.
down.
He just barely got it. Good pursuit there and a good tackle.
But you see right here, this is where you work on guys. We don't want to snap until there's less than 5 seconds on the play clock. You want to work on that now for when you need it in a big game against a good team.
This is Matt Retkus, number 7, is going to come up and make the play and drop him. But not before he gets just enough for the first down at the GlenOak 45. So Marshall Eichler coming in there for Lake, number 8, bringing the play in. He's a senior. Probably see a few more players in substitution rules here in the final minute or two. This is Matson again into that next level, and down he goes after another big run for a quick 9 yards.
Yeah, he's over 100 yards tonight rushing. He has done a great job. Maybe the first one to thank his offensive lineman up front.
Well, GlenOak has, I think, 3 timeouts left. Not sure when Scott Garcia will start to use them, if he uses them at all.
I don't think he will unless they can somehow, get the ball back and score. I don't think he's going to want to extend it any longer. But you see here, Joe, they're breaking the huddle. There's still 15 seconds on the play clock. Now you got to hold your lineman there for a little bit. And there's still 11 seconds on the play clock.
Going to run Matson, who gets stood up and gets hit hard, but not before he got the first down.
He is a wrecking ball and just does a great job carrying that, toting that rock.
That might be Shannon Billiter in there now.
Yeah, Billiter.
Yeah, Billiter has come in and run the football, number 18, 5'11",
yep,
junior.
He's got some fresh legs, and it shows. And he's number 16 out there, and it shows being a running back out there when you can bring in some fresh legs. Now, right now, you got 20 seconds on the play clock. You got to learn this. It's a skill. New QB in as well.
And the quarterback in there right now is Wyatt Jones, the sophomore at 6'1", 190.
So Coach George getting some fresh bodies in there. I like this. Substituting, getting some of your younger guys, some reps here underneath the lights on a Friday night. And he's got to hold his quarterback longer. There's going to be a lot of energy right there, so you can take more time off the clock.
I would think 1, maybe 2 more first downs. That should do it for tonight. I don't think they're going to.
But they're breaking the huddle once again at 20. They're snapping it at 12 seconds left, and you're just leaving so much time on the clock. You've got to learn that skill.
Jones, the quarterback, going to give it to Matson. He's back in. He's going to get hard at the 30. And they'll drop him there, and they'll bring up a 3rd and about 7 yards to go for the first down. Matt Restis again, who makes a lot of tackles for GlenOak, in on the stop.
Yeah, there's no quitting this GlenOak Golden Eagle team. I'm looking forward to next week, Joe. Jackson and Lake. Lake being undefeated. Jackson going to come in with a pretty good record. Not sure how they're doing tonight against Green. Game I think Jackson would be favored in.
Yeah, Jackson has had some injury problems this year with their quarterback position.
Eckerman's back, though.
3rd and 7. And they're going to run for it. They're going to come up short. It's going to bring up a 4th down play. And they're going to come up. When they snap it, they'll be under 3 minutes to go in this football game. And one more first down should pretty much run out the clock.
Yeah, they can get one more first, and it would definitely run it out. But you figure on 5 plays, so you're leaving 10 seconds on the play clock. It should be under 2 minutes had they eaten the time up, as they could have done that.
Sophomore quarterback Wyatt Jones, you saw him talking with Coach Dan DeGeorge. See what they come up here to the line of scrimmage, what they run. They need 4 yards to keep possession of the football. He's going to keep it. And it's going to be hit short of the first down. That was a quarterback keeper over that left side. He comes up short. We'll have an exchange of the football. And we're going to take a break with 2:21 left. It is Lake 35 and GlenOak 14.
Rabbit Landscaping is Northeast Ohio's premier residential and commercial landscaping establishment in Jackson Township. They provide an ample amount of services including landscape design, hardscapes, deck and fence installations, outdoor lighting, lawn maintenance, leaf removal, and snow removal. Rabbit Landscaping aims to provide a quality, trustworthy landscaping service to your area. Call for a free quote at 330-936-7616.
There are 87,000 new IRS agents. Fireside Tax is the best accounting value in Stark County. With audit defense and identity theft restoration through Protection Plus, Fireside Tax can help you deal with the new agent. Fireside Tax has been in business for over 18 years and provides tax, accounting, and payroll services, including flat fee accounting and flat fee payroll. Fireside Tax also handles individual and small business income tax returns.
Every day begins with purpose. Every job begins with precision. At Rightmark Roofing, we don't just install roofs. We build trust and forge relationships. We understand that your roof is more than just materials. It's protection. It's peace of mind. That's why we use high-quality products and expert craftsmanship. With a sharp focus, our team is always ready to hit the mark. Call Rightmark Roofing. Let's build a future that stands strong.
You've got only one body, so why not take care of it? Let iCryo Wellness and Recovery help you live a healthy lifestyle. iCryo will introduce you to recovery and wellness with their proven techniques that will surely make your body and mind a whole lot healthier. Evaluate your lifestyle with iCryo. Don't wait. Call now, 330-451-6365.
Welcome to Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern, Ohio, your ultimate destination for automotive excellence. Get behind the wheel of your dreams with our exclusive lineup of top quality vehicles. From sleek sedans to rugged SUVs, we have something for every driver. Explore our wide selection of premium cars and let our expert team help you find the perfect match. Don't settle for ordinary. Upgrade to extraordinary at Daystar Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Malvern.
Joe Dunn, Troy Richardson back at GlenOak High School. 2:21 left on a Friday night for Big Time Sports. And Lake with a 28-point second quarter have added on here in the fourth. They lead at 35-14. GlenOak going to throw the football. It is caught and out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock.
Yep, stops the clock again. Take a look here at our fan cam brought to you by good friends at Mears Nissan. That's the Mears Nissan fan cam. Good look at the Lake Blue Streak band coming out there on the Mears Nissan fan cam. Band members coming out to support the football team as always on a Friday night.
And off straight ahead, not much there.
I think we got a new quarterback in here for GlenOak, trying to get a number. Some new players out there.
Yeah, Evan Chrissy is going most of the way.
Number 12 out there, that's Connor Wilson, the sophomore quarterback, 6'1", 178 pounds.
Less than 2 minutes to go. GlenOak going to run the football. They're going to be awful close to a first down. I think they're going to give it to them. Good push up front by this GlenOak offensive line. Gets them an extra set of downs. With 1:42 left to go in the game. So Lake will advance with a 5-0 record next week against Jackson. Wilson looking, going to throw sidelines and overthrows everybody into the GlenOak bench. That'll stop the clock with exactly 1:30 left to go. So this Federal League race, as we talked about back in August, probably going to be Lake, Hoover, McKinley, maybe Jackson if they can stay in it. Sideline pass again, incomplete.
That sideline. And he caught it.
Did he catch that football?
Yeah, he did.
At the 40-yard line.
Picked up a yard on it. I mean, but he lays out for it. Only picks up a yard, but that's a nice job laying up, snagging it, bringing it into your chest. Going to bring up a possession play here for GlenOak.
.126 left to go on 3rd and long for GlenOak. Wilson, the sophomore quarterback, steps into this one, throws down the field. That's complete for a first down. Boy, good step up and a nice throw by that sophomore quarterback for the completion.
Yeah, a confident young man in there in the pocket. As soon as the ball gets set, they're going to start the clock.
I think that was Derico Jordan that caught it.
GlenOak does well playing here at tempo. They're going to bust this one out to the perimeter.
Run to the sidelines, and he runs out of bounds. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to stop the clock. Another first down.
1:07 left to go.
Just adding up some stats. They're talking and getting another tackle.
Braden Talkington makes the tackle. He's had a lot of talking, and a lot of tackles.
Yeah, if you're Lake, you want to make sure you're tackling them inbounds, not allowing them bust out to the sideline.
GlenOak now going to run the football right into the middle of the field. And that'll push the clock down less than a minute. Let's see if Scott Garcia wants to use one or two of those timeouts to get into the end zone. And he is. And I think that's a good move. You give this team some positives to end the game with. Get into the end zone maybe. Feel good about themselves.
And it's a positive. They had 14 points against, Lake, a good team. And they just, you gotta feel punts. You gotta feel kickoffs. It's the little things that add up, and that's the things that are keeping GlenOak, from winning games against a quality opponent. And that's what will hurt them. They've got to clean that up if they want to get a win or two in the Federal League. As you take a look there at the GlenOak Golden Eagles sideline. But Coach Garcia is a fighter. He's going to battle the whole way through. And that's what you want out of your head coach. You're here to build a program. And it's a difficult place here at GlenOak. There's a lot of obstacles you got to overcome here. And it's not an easy place to coach.
Plus he's giving some extra snaps to his sophomore quarterback.
You're getting him some reps on a Friday night in live fire competition.
Sure. 2nd and 8. Fumble, and quarterback's going to fall on that one. I'm not sure if they'll stop the clock now or not. It's down to below 50 seconds. This will be 2nd and 8. And they have time for maybe a couple more plays at least.
Yeah, I don't think they're, it's third down now. I don't think they're going to waste any timeouts.
Wilson back to throw. Sideline pass and incomplete down at the 15-yard line.
And Wilson got lit up back there at the quarterback position. He's grabbing his knee. Well, see if he tries to hop up here. He is.
Yeah, he took a shot.
That'll bring up 4th down. GlenOak going to call a timeout.
With exactly 30 seconds left.
Well, another game almost in the books here, Joe. Hard to believe we've reached the midway point, but if you're a team, you know, you're trying to play for that state championship, you still got how many more weeks of the season left, Joe? 5, 6? 5, you got